before we dive in?
How did they get here?
So,
Where are
Four
we?
choices.
What am I doing?
No, like
am I the
genuinely,
only one
where
who
are
knows?
like physically, where are we?
You appear to be in a void pocket dimension, maybe? Are you in your hat?
I'm
And then, just for funsies, because we are the day before Halloween, I am Vessel of Sleep Token. Who are all of you?
we should have Stu go first.
yeah,
Yep.
Stu.
Stu, you're up.
Oh, I'm just a cuddly teddy bear type. You know, just look at him. He's all cuddly and very angry at the same time.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Oh my god.
Go on, someone
Baldurs.
else.
All right, my turn. Okay.
Yep.
Well, let's just say I'm someone who really enjoys scary movies.
You know, I
me.
always had a thing for you. Megan?
I am a hastily put together nothing. I am myself.
You got horns.
with horns. Myself with horns. I literally have my Lord of the Rings shirt on, the Even Star. Oh. I didn't have time. Sorry.
Does Middle Earth have tieflings?
No.
And it does now.
No,
They
not
do
to my
now,
knowledge.
yeah.
They do now.
They do
Pretty cool,
now.
though.
Yeah, it's from Middle Earth's cousin, you know, Second Life.
No, you die in Middle Earth and then you end up in Faerun.
Yeah, well,
And then I believe Vincent is a familiar face.
I don't have a split wig to seal it. But Cruella de Vil.
Oh, I didn't even. Oh, I get it now. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I still need to get a good split wig because the ones I've tried have been.
I'll borrow
bad.
mine.
Listen, I tried putting one together last year, and it did not matter what showed up.
Yeah.
It was all bad.
I have a white jacket and red gloves, but I will just turn into a pile of soup if I do that. So I'd rather not melt.
A little roasty toasty.
Yeah.
Little Alucard action.
Ooh.
That being said, I believe when we last left off, you all had just arrived at the keep. Now, as you're standing on the steps with Timmy, your faithful lamp lad, maybe not so faithful if you're Doc, don't know. That's on him. You see the warm glow coming beneath the two large double doors. They form this humongous big archway with these large circular iron knockers on them. And on either door, you see that from the bottom up, they've just kind of been carved in. What languages do you all know?
Oh, I know common and elemental.
All right. And then all of you
Common,
make an Arcana
Elvish.
check for me.
I speak Common, Elvish, Orc, Gatekide's Code, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay, multilingual.
Common,
Common,
Draconic, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Orc.
Perfect.
Common,
That is a
Elvish,
16 on
Undercommon,
Arcana.
All right, and we have a 16. What about the other three of you?
Oh, we gotta roll. You said Arcana?
Arcana.
Right. Let me actually, because I can't.
That's a dirty 20.
Oh my goodness, Albert Rodeo.
18.
18, okay. You're getting dice for Christmas.
I'm having trouble finding my. Let's see. I think I misplaced my sheet. Wait. Oh, wait. I have a copy of it right here. I forgot. I'm so glad I made a physical copy. All right. That is a You said Arcana.
Yes, you have a
That's
plus 1.
16. Oh,
Perfect.
for Arcana? I have a +2.
Yeah, according to your sheet.
Then I'm looking in the wrong spot because it says I have a +2.
Either way, even if you had a 15, even if you had a 14, y'all rolled higher than 10. It's clear to you looking at these doors that they are covered in carvings of protective sigils, runes, spells, like all kinds of protective imagery and things of that nature. And it covers the entire door. And given what the town's been through and the fact that the keep is still standing, that actually kind of makes a lot of sense to you. What would you all like to do?
Well, I'm familiar with the place. So I'm just gonna
You and
look at
Zipporah
everyone
are.
and just...
Yes.
Yes, that's correct. So I'm gonna gesture at everyone. And all right, guys. Well, welcome to the keep. Hope you like it a little rough and tumble, a little dingy, but welcoming and inviting nonetheless. And head on in.
As Drizzt swings one of the large doors wide open into his not so humble abode, you stare in. There is a huge roaring fire on the far wall. Zipporah, you'll recognize that, of course, there's a stage off to the left, fairly large. It's got tables around it currently, and there's a band just playing some light music, just something very, very chill. The place is packed, wall to wall. Everyone is drinking, everyone is eating. You see a drow just kind of zipping table to table, helping people, like faster than a bolt of light. Gathering plates, getting everyone drinks, replenishing drinks. And he turns as you come in, and you see his long silver hair kind of whip behind him. He goes, "Oh, thank the gods you're here. Zipporah, Drizzt, other Drizzt, not me, Drizzt. I'm not talking to me right now." And he thinks about it. "No, I'm not talking to me right now. There's so many people in here. You need to go see Alara, now."
Okay. Yeah. They're at the bar still, yeah?
And he goes, "I get bar, kitchen, that way."
All right. Yeah. And I'm just gonna start heading that way.
As
Follow
you
him,
guys walk through the sea of people, there's a pretty well-defined aisle through the middle of the table, just kind of seemingly inviting everyone directly into the bar to meet the world-famous, Doc, you'll know this name, though Imre, you probably won't, but you might. The famous adventurer, owner and proprietor of the keep, Alara Malar Brahm. She is tall beyond tall. Like, Zipporah, you're looking up at Alara with long white hair in a braid down to her butt. She's got simpler makeup on now, though she would in the past be known to have somewhat of a full face of war paint, blood, mud, whatever suits her. And she is mixing drinks and sliding them down the bar, and she's shouting for Drizzt to get some help and get people checked in. And "This party needs a room on level 2. I need more hands. I can't help it. We're too busy." And she kind of turns and she, "Are you here to help or are you here to drink?"
Depends on what the help is, but
Oh,
we're being
don't
asked to
worry
help with
about
a
it. I
lot of
haven't
things right
seen
now.
you all day. And are you... Did I hear something about you being heroes of the wide?
It's a
Yeah, something like
long story, and I need
drinkage.
a lot to
Yes,
drink.
many drinks are
So
needed.
is everyone here.
I will
So-
put it on your tab. And she kind of reaches back
Yeah,
and
well, it's a long tab.
hands in her long, lanky fingers several bottles, all inky black, not really labeled. They look like maybe they were at one point, but they've all kind of peeled off. They've got scraps of paper. And she goes, huh! Okay, tell me everything. I feel like this is gonna affect the establishment. I need to know what I'm in for. And who are you? Oh my, did new people? Are you, Trista, are you making friends? And from the back of the room, you hear, what?
Friends really
No,
stretches
not
the
you.
definition. Friends really, as of right now, stretches the definition of that word, but okay, yeah, we'll use that.
Ugh, I almost had a reason to be proud.
Acquaintances in mutual beneficiary capacity type.
In better
things.
words, they help.
Just
Their help. Okay.
anyway.
Yeah, they helped.
And
They
I-
helped with the big thing. I don't
big
know what that was
thing.
called again. What was
Yeah,
that
I
called
just
again? And she
pointed.
Zipporah starts poking Drizzt in the shoulder, like physically
And I'm
poking.
just,
A
Please don't.
Bonsball? A Slayer?
yeah, Imre, Doc, before everything, please introduce yourselves to the humble host of the keep.
Marina Choir.
Emre,
Pleasure. Where are you hailing from?
Oh, excuse me. I just screwed up my name.
It's okay. Imre Neal, yes?
Yes.
Perfect. We're good. As far as you're concerned, all she heard is Imre.
Oh, good. I totally forgot to write that down on my my chart. Oh my god.
Your shark?
Yes,
Your character shark?
my character chart. Your character
Blahaj.
sheet.
Blush.
My bad.
I finally
Update.
figured
Well,
out
in the words of
issue.
SpongeBob, write that down, write that down!
I think I figured out the issue that I had. I'm looking at my paper sheet and the
Yeah.
one that I have online. I put in my proficiency wrong. I put in my numbers wrong.
That's
Yep,
okay.
I'll do
I
that.
forgot
It's
to change
okay.
my name on my paper sheet.
Yeah. Glad I had that paper as a backup though.
It's good to see you again. It's been a minute, has it?
You know, it's not too bad seeing you. You planning on making more trouble for me?
I would never. I made trouble last time. Yeah, maybe. It's been a minute.
You took my
Oh, I
favorite
remember.
orc. So until you
Oh.
bring him back, you're trouble, mister.
Oh, I thought it was something more serious, but oh yes.
Wait, I want to hear this story now. And Zipporah takes a seat, turns it around, and like kind of straddles it and like leans in.
A story for another time, and you can ask him to explain himself. I'm still mad about it.
It's water under the bridge. We'll move past it. We'll be fine. I promise you.
But Imre, Elara's kind of drinking you in, and you'll notice that while you're kind of searching for the words to say, she's almost peered right through you. She goes, "What's a drow doing in here from Calamshan? You are covered in..." The dirt doesn't matter, never mind the dirt. "What is a drow doing here from Calamshan? You are a long way from home, and you need a shower. I can smell that desert and those, friars from 10 miles away."
Well, my business is my own, but I did come to Baldur's Gate for a change of scenery, and I found it, and some new friends.
Well, as long as your change of scenery don't burn down the keep, you're welcome here.
It's been
As
quite an
for-
adventurous day, so we'll try to keep the property damage to a minimum.
I swear
Please
to
and
God,
thank
Doc,
you.
if you damage anything in here, she will take it out of your quite literal ass.
Oh no,
It's
I
true.
trust
I
me.
will.
I
Never
have.
seem to follow this group.
Though that being said, Doc, I do believe you have an order for Aurora. When you get a chance, she's in the kitchen screaming about something. I have no time to find out what. Drizzt, you know the run of the place. Zipporah, of course, make yourself at home. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't clean your room out. I just assumed that you were gonna stay between shows, so the dressing room's still a mess, and so's your room. Sorry, but feel free to use it.
That's nothing I can handle. Don't worry. And she like rolls up her sleeve and she's like, I'll be in there if you need me.
And she goes, "Great! I have to get back to other customers." And you kind of look around, and the bar is just being overrun by people.
Well, good times. This is what? I grab one of the bottles and.
Oh yeah,
Where
no,
am I
I've doled those out all out.
Have any of you taken a drink yet?
No, not
Oh
yet.
yeah, no. As soon as the bottle was handed to me, it was the cork was popped, and I was already just taking swigs straight from it.
Yeah, Doc is going through and.
Now, Doc, this is an
I'm
old
raised to just
favorite of yours. Drizzt, this is your regular. Zipporah, have you had the mead yet?
I think I would have had it. I haven't opened my bottle, but like, I've probably
In
had
your
it
time
in the past.
here.
Yes, I've definitely had it before.
So, Imre, you open your bottle, and the first thing that you smell is it smells like you've poured the honey out of a bottom of a teacup and into a dish of apple pie. It is sweet and warm and enveloping, and you just kind of want to crawl into the bottle and live there. It is
Sounds
the
like my kind of
coziest drink you've ever smelled.
Right. Definitely gonna enjoy that then.
What
Then
are
I'm
we
gonna
doing?
just full gulp.
Whole gulp?
Well, we've got a few hours before we should turn in, and we're gonna have a very, very busy day tomorrow. But in the meantime, why don't we all get to know each other a little bit?
We can make it a
Looks like we're gonna have to be at least sticking near each other for the near future. So, I would like to know who the company I keep, and know how far I can trust them.
Yes, that's a splendid idea. Let's find a table here that we can find and get to know each other.
And as soon as he says that, I'm gonna walk to my usual spot, at the back of the bar, like the main hall room. And there's someone already sitting there, and I just tap them on the shoulder, and they look up confused and go, "Move," as they scurry away, and we all sit down here at the back of the room.
From your place in the room, in this back cozy corner, some of the first things you notice are seemingly, you assume, Drizzt's handy knife work in the table, a deep cup ring from where his bottle sits, a gentle wear in the cushions. It's cozy back here. You can see the entire run of the building. And as you look up to 4 sweeping floors, you think to yourself, God, I don't remember this building being this big from the outside. Because you're seeing people crossing all of the kind of terraces above you. Even further up, you see bookshelves. tiny creatures flying from place to place. This is so much bigger than you thought it was. The other thing you notice is from right here in the corner, the music sounds perfect. It's as if you were right up next to it. It's somehow crystal clear, just in this corner.
I can see why you like it here. This is prime seating.
Yeah.
Prime seating.
I can see everything. I can see all my exits and entrances.
Thought you were gonna say you could see all your exes.
That's what
Didn't know that
I
was a
heard
problem.
too. I was about to say, like, whoa. You got seven evil exes,
That
Driz?
list is short here.
Do we have to fight them all?
In other places, that list is long, unfortunately.
I have fought all of them. There's more than 7.
But no, I can see all my entrances and exits. My back is hidden up against a wall. Music sounds great. It smells lovely, and it's quiet from everything else, and no one's here to bother you. And you can still see the stage quite nicely, even if it's not prime front row seating.
Yes, it's always a colorful place for entertainment.
Cozy. Like it.
So, and I'm gonna look around the all. I had to count right now. Jesus Christ, I'm tired. I look at the 3 of you, and I'm like, so who wants to go first? Who has their tragic backstory the most ready for everyone to hear?
Well, it sounds like you do, so why don't you start us off? Thanks for volunteering.
God. There's not much to know, or at least not that you need to. I am for lack of better words, a monster hunter. I help the city with things that the Watch and the Flaming Fist are ill-equipped to handle or ill-informed to handle correctly. And so far, there isn't a beast I haven't been able to slay. But today got close. Today got very, very, very close. Because that wasn't your average beast. Come back to that later. All you need to know is that my family name has some pull depending on who I'm around, and it will bring us down depending on who we're around, and cover up.
Boy, do I know what that's like.
Make sure my cloak and shawl is fully covering up all of my family crest and insignia.
Stu, you're actually
saw
very
earlier.
familiar with Drizd's surname. You and your family have relied on them for quite a while. They are the Dusk Shields, monster hunters of all monster hunters. If you can't identify something, don't know how to kill it, they can tell you or they can do it. Legend has it they even have a hidden store somewhere, not that anyone's seen it, full of the world's worth of knowledge of monsters and how to kill them.
Ah, yes, the Dusk Shield. It's, very well.
That's why I know your handiwork so well. Your tools have come in handy for my family for quite a while, at least. Not necessarily even your tools, but the tools of your family, but probably some of yours even too.
Well, I'm still aspiring in my father's footsteps. You know, he's really the patriarch, if you will. He is really the one that I aspire to be like. He is a true man of genius.
Well, what about you then, Doc?
Well, as you know, my father's a great inventor, well known about the gates here, and well, I've tried to make my own way around here and follow in his footsteps as a scientist of the realm, and come to find things that could be used for special needs, and obviously your family is well aware of what we can create. So just branching out, being my own man, if you will.
All right. Well,
What about you,
look
Miss
at
Top Hat?
Sephora. As I look at as I say that, of like I've seen you perform here plenty,
Well,
but never
I'm a
caught your
woman of
name until
mystery
today.
and mystique. But I wasn't always this way. I mean, I come from a humble place. You probably never heard of it.
It's water deep.
Only the largest city on the Sword Coast.
I come from where I come from. I'm nobody, and I'm going to be somebody. Just you wait.
A drive, I like that.
It's not the family business, but I'm really hoping to get there some way. Day.
Well, if I heard correctly earlier, your skill set surely is from the family business.
And who's asking? No, really,
I
who's
just want to
asking?
know what you've made a deal with.
Oh, I haven't made any deals with anyone except for, and she points to the owner of said establishment. That one right there. They let me perform here?
Alara sees you
Alara.
pointing and waving and just goes, "Dinner will be over in a minute."
Oh, good, because I can eat.
My kind of person right there.
And if today wasn't proof enough, as you've seen by the other young elf in the building, Drizzt is a common elf name. Too common.
You know, I really thought it. I was really thinking it was a very because I've seen that one, and then I met you, and so it sounds very unique.
You'll probably run into like 4 or 5 more by the end of this evening.
Drizzt
Really?
comes zipping around the room, comes and cleans off your table and goes, "Oh, sorry, Drizzt. Some dude was sitting here. Man, that guy really does not listen. It is so weird. Hi, I'm Drizzt Darkglass. It's really good to see other people. Oh, hey, Zipporah. It's good to see you. Doc, didn't expect to see you here. New person. Cool. Doc, do you have Aurora's order? She has been asking about it for like a week and a half, and we have all been a little too afraid to call you. Because Fredward's been on a bit of a rampage, and I don't know that he needs more ammunition, but she wants it. Let me go grab dinner, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, I'll be back. Bye! And he kind of zips off.
Be careful for that one. He thinks you're a threat. He will slit your throat in your sleep. Seems aloof.
So,
He
assuming
is very, very dangerous.
He seems so nice.
That's what I was saying.
yeah, he's a trickster like that. Anyway, before we get to your backstory, Imre, that is the second time, Doc, there has been an order for Aurora brought up. You might want to make sure that gets done, or again, they will take it out of your ass.
I'm sure it's nothing. It'll get handled.
Handle
I
it
will say
soon,
that's a
okay?
show I don't want to be a part of. So
I mean, I'll be a spectator. Anyway, Imre.
Imre just looks at the three of you a little uncomfortable. Well, the first thing I guess you should know about me is not very comfortable around people.
You're in the wrong city
my,
for
my
that.
clan at home. I love them. Very, very comfortable with my people, but it's just feel more at home, not with a lot of people in a big city with animals. And well, that is. She just stutters a little bit. Uh, that's me.
Okay, but what are you doing here in the city? You're not
Oh.
from here.
No, like I told your friend, I am just visiting the big city. Very big. Well,
Yes, the gate is quite a city. Lots of places to get
I?
lost and cause
Zipporah's
trouble in.
gonna
Can I-
Zipporah's gonna lean in. a
Can,
little
I was gonna
closer.
ask if I can roll insight.
Yeah, I was also
Sure,
going
you
to.
can
I was
roll
also.
insight.
I want to. 'Cause-
Does a nat 20 do me any good?
What?
oh my god. All right, so here's this, and then.
Tell me, what does Drizzt see when he peers through the facade to the core of you, just like Alara did, and just like Zipporah's trying to do? What do they really see?
Well, she's obviously hiding something that she doesn't want to put out into the world. There is definitely something. Her. Maybe she's running from something. She might be afraid of it. And if she talks about it, maybe some things might come to light that doesn't exactly want other people in.
You see someone who is afraid that if they give a voice to everything that they're feeling, that it will eat them alive.
I'm gonna stow that away for now then. But very clearly, you can see it is palpable the distrust that Drizzt has currently, and the discomfort that they're feeling.
Zipporah leans back in her seat. She's not gonna push it. Instead, she reaches into her pocket. Or not even her pocket. More like, like her sleeve. She reaches into her sleeve. And she's gonna cast
Grab
Prestidigitation
it out.
and starts pulling out rags. She's like, well, if you need me, I'm gonna go clean that room. And she's pulling rags out. And then she takes the rags and walks off to go clean that room.
I suppose I
Alright.
should go check in the back with the kitchen. I wouldn't want, to get a knife across my
your
throat. That would be
keister?
very
Yep.
distasteful.
Anyone going with him? Who's staying
And,
at the table? What are you guys doing?
I'm just gonna stay at the table. Did anyone
I'm
else
also
take their
gonna-
bottles with them?
Zipporah left hers.
I'm
I
just gonna
totally-
pull that right over.
I grab my bottle as I head towards the kitchen.
And I'm gonna grab a little cauldron for incense and just grab the one of the little bottles there and light some incense around the table. And I'm just gonna sit there very cautious of everything still, like on alert. But you can see that is waning as the first bottle is killed and the second bottle is already being drank through quickly.
Liquidated.
Emery, as he pulls out that incense from behind kind of the corner of the booth. You're just like, I didn't even know that was there. I didn't even notice that. How much crap has he stashed away around here? All right, so Stu, you're headed to the kitchen?
Actually, Imre, you might recognize the smell too, right? Would it? Would they?
Is it something
depends,
from
what
the-
incense?
Using...
Is it?
Come on, it's me. It's frankincense. It's just just a lot of frankincense and dragon's blood.
Oh yeah, the trauma of having to put up with your favorite hosts just comes rushing back as you are smacked straight in the nose with the smell of frankincense and the old lingering bits of other incenses. And from the back, just the nape of your neck, this tingling of just something has relaxed deep in your soul. Though you don't remember
Definitely
your internal monologue ever sighing in relief before?
Definitely more
Stu, you headed to the kitchen?
Yeah. Who was the person I was supposed to see again?
Aurora, the cook.
Aurora. Okay.
Rah, rah.
All right.
God damn it, Stu.
Hey, you know.
Doc, as you
Again,
make your
I'm
way
not even
kind of
much-
through the tables, you make your way around the corner past one of the side stairs and make yourself comfortable, push yourself behind the bar through the swinging door,
Take a
and
swig
just
of my.
head your way back to the kitchen, sipping on your mead, just thoroughly comfortable. You turn the corner and you just see a whirlwind of activities. Like 12, 13 orcs helping this tiny little, like, crazy wild blue-haired tiefling. She's got this big, like, long, curly, flowing hair. And she is just bouncing from place to place. Like, she's an absolute whirlwind of a person. And no, I need you to fire that. No, don't light it on fire. I need you to cook it. I said cook it. And turns, and then she goes to help somebody else, and she goes, that needs to be pulled out of that oven. Yes, the oven. Now, yes, those, please, thank you. Oh my God. And she's throwing out orders. And as you come into the kitchen, you just hear the over the top of your head of two tiny wings, and the of Fredward, who is zipping around, firing tiny creme brulees to go out to guests, reigniting the fires in the stove. And he kind of seems like he's settled. He does a little loop-de-loop, and he comes and he just pops down on your shoulder.
Hey, buddy, how's it going? I just give him a little.
And he
Well,
nuzzles his little dragon head up against your chin like, oh, thank God, I'm so glad to see you, Uncle Doc. What do you do?
I give him just keep petting him a little bit, like, buddy. And then as I turn around,
He gives you a little...
Oh, Aurora, my dear.
And she turns around, she goes, Doc! Oh, they told me you were on your way. Do you have my order? I'm so excited. I have not stopped gabbing everyone's ear off about this for, oh my God, at least a week and a half. Please tell me that you are my savior. I am so busy.
You know, there was a commotion today, and I didn't have a chance to stop by the shop to grab it. But I promise you, I will. Once I get back to my shop, I will bring it back to you first thing tomorrow morning.
Oh, please, that would be so great. Poor Fred is working himself to the bone, and I can't allow him to be the only fire in the whole kitchen anymore. Like I said, just something. If I had some sort of handheld fireball, just a sustained a torch, that would be amazing. That would be so helpful. You are absolutely the best. Oh, and I heard are you guys the heroes of the Wide? Did you defeat some like crazy creature?
Yeah, that's been going around. It was pretty intense. Be a lot of people dying, and it was quite a scene.
She
Doc's
spins around with a
Doc's
big
a little
flourish.
uncomfortable with the notoriety of it all, but
She spins around with a big flourish of her blue hair, and she turns around with this big cake in her hands. Like, this thing is a hulking mass of pastry. And she goes, me and Freddie just really
Tiny
wanted to
big
say
cake.
thanks. I mean, if it weren't for you guys, well, I mean, the keep's never burned down before. Who am I to worry? But I'm always worried. Thank you, Doc. And she kind of
Oh.
hoists the cake towards you. Oh, and let me
Whoa.
get your dinner. I'll send it out with Trist.
Oh, okay. I have a giant cake in my hand, and just take a little. Ooh.
Is it like a
From
4 or
behind
5
you, as
tier,
you're
like,
kind of
cake?
moving, you just hear, oh, hey, Doc. If there is a monster out there, it wouldn't hurt for you to maybe talk to Drizzt about updating the armaments on the building either. We'd pay for it, obviously. We always do, and we'll make good on it. Like, don't worry about your tab or anything like that. You've always protected us in the past, and you're kind of the only person that I can really count on, too. So, thanks.
Build schematics and see what we can make adjustments on. Can't have one of my favorite establishments, burning to the ground. That would
She
be
goes,
bad show.
You're the best, thank you. And she blows a big, and when she blows this kiss, it's just fire from her fingertips and sparks and blue embers.
Excellent. I'm all right, little man. I gotta go. So I think you got some desserts to put on fire. I think, buddy.
And he skitters off.
I
Goes
kind of
back to
back
making his desserts.
up out. Door.
As he's going back to the table, Zipporah, tell me what you're doing. What state do we find your room and dressing room in? Where would you like to head first?
I think we're gonna start with the easier one. Just kidding. It's the harder one. It's the dressing room. Costume pieces strewn all over the place, like she's been looking for something. There's like props here and there, just like turned over. So, and then like there's like maybe like some like a little bit of like leftover makeup like on the dressing room table. And yeah, she's gonna fully start getting into like cleaning things up. It's keeping tidy with Sephora.
As you're kind of making your way into your dressing room and making
Does
your
it
way
spark
around,
joy?
your vanity is just full of flowers and cute little notes. There's a couple bottles from Alara and Aurora with a little box that seems to have a tiny cupcake in it of your favorite flavor. It is also blue in color. It has a little magic wand sticking out of it. And with just a cute little tag note that says, "Great show as always. Thank you for being so magnificent."
Sephora takes a look at that and like for the first time all day, she kind of like relaxes. She's not performing. She's not showing off now. She's in her like this is her space. She is here. And once she's like looked at it for a bit, stared at it, she doesn't want to because it's so pretty, but she takes a big fucking bite of that cupcake. Oh yeah. Like she had to think about it, but then it's like, oh, bad. Oh, but it looks so good.
As you bite into it, it is the best chocolate cupcake you have ever had. And as you pull your mouth away, it's filled with elderberry jam.
Wow.
And you kind of lick your teeth and you're like,
that.
is that frosting blueberry? Ah, fuck it, it's tasty.
Yeah, yep, that's definitely the thought process. Um, but um, once, once like she gets her stuff to at least looking better, she's gonna flip through her deck of cards, like pulls one of them out, twirls it between her fingers, and then I'd like to do one of my little special thingies that I can do. If I have
Absolutely.
my notes, I would like to, um, where is it? I would like to I would like to use the hidden ace, and I'd like to infuse one of my spells into the card. I think how long
Sure,
does
go
that
right ahead. Go ahead and
take?
send
Casting
me
time.
a text message with whatever you want to infuse it with.
Yes. Thank you. Let me go. I'm gonna. Let's
As
see
you
which one
are
do I.
flipping your cards through your hands and, cupcake in the other, and you've just finally let out all the tension of the day, you hear not from the door, but from the top of your hat.
Gonna take the hat off. Like she puts the card down once she's finished imbuing it. Still like holding on to like the cupcake. Takes the hat out and takes a look inside.
The inside of your hat begins to glow a brilliant, warm, purpley blue. And from inside the hat, you hear, "You have done magnificently, child. You wish to speak to me?"
Grandpa! Oh yeah, Pops, it's so good to hear.
Oh, I'm always happy to hear from you too. How are things? I mean, I'm always watching, but tell me from you.
Okay, so this is kind of we had a kind of a crazy, I was just doing my thing, just out and about, and there was this thing, it's like called the Slayer. You ever heard of the Slayer?
You fought a ball spawn, and I believe you
Yeah, we
won.
did. Oh yeah, I mean, I made some new friends too. There's that one guy, one is the one who arm,
Oh,
Doc.
the one with the
Yeah,
gloves.
yes, Doc. I think that something about an orange was in there, but you know, blue and orange, complementary colors. I don't we it's hard to get them to mix sometimes. Um and then there is there's this other one, the one who drinks here a lot. They're not really a bad person. They're just they don't have friends, I think. I think that's the problem. And then there's
Not inaccurate.
the mysterious one. She's from somewhere. We're gonna take a crack at her a little. She's look. I think we're gonna go at this like a nutcracker. Oh no, wait, that would be a little too harsh, maybe, because that's like maybe a little something more. Oh, I got it. More like an oyster. You just
An
slightly, and then you find
oyster
a pearl.
is exactly right. I think you're right on that one. But Zippy, there is something attached to that girl. It's not bad, it just is. I just
Oh,
want
she's
you to
got
be
a little
careful for
friend.
me, baby.
Oh, like so it's not like so she doesn't have like a family member holding on to her, like keep
No,
looking
it's
out
not
for
it's
her.
not like you and me. It's like something lives within her. It's different. Do you understand?
I've got a little spirit in me too, like it's what keeps me going.
And that is why we are so proud of you.
Oh, thank you, that
What
means a
did you wish
lot.
to talk to me about? Or is everything okay?
Oh no, I just wanted to tell you about my day, that's all.
Oh, I love when you do that. Your pop's always happy when you stop by to have chat.
Well, thanks, Pop. I'll definitely keep an do you happen to know anything about Hmm, hmm, hmm. And she's flipping through her mind, and she I can't remember. I know one of them was Raven Guard, the other that who
Rilsa
wanted to.
Rael
Real Soraya.
is the other one that you met.
Yes.
And you met also Imberlin Schoon,
She was the
emissary
one
of
who
Duke Torlin Silvershield.
hmm the two that approached them before the other person who was in the hood, um, those two. Zipporah wants to know what Pop Pop might know about that. Those
Well,
two
sweetie,
guys.
I don't know a whole lot about Silvershield, but Imberlin Schoon. Now, he worked for our people down in Calamshan, but he's never been the right side on any of this. That man uses his power to reinforce the worst in people. Does that make sense? Like, if you and we want to make things better for people, we
Yes.
want to bring joy. That man only wants power.
Okay. But like the not good kind of power.
The not good kind of power, not the divine, magnificent, beautiful power. He could, though. He could want the right kind of power.
But he doesn't.
But he doesn't. And he's working for Silver Shield. And I don't trust that.
Then I don't trust that either.
And Ravengard, I don't know much about him. I'm sorry, sweetie.
Guess we need to poke around a little more in on that. Does he got anyone close to him that we can ask?
Your Pop's kind of thinking through everything that he knows, everything that your Gran would know. He's kind of searching through almost the divine essence of knowledge of your whole family. He kind of goes quiet for a minute, but your hat's still glowing. He goes, there's something about him. Ravengard feels like he has a purpose, but like he doesn't know it yet. That man is destined for big things. Good or bad, I can't really say. I don't think he knows that himself yet. But he wants to do right by him and by his son. And I trust that.
I didn't know he was a father.
Everybody's got secrets, sweetie.
Secrets? This is fun. All right. Well, maybe we can ask his son for more information on him. I mean, you know everything about me, so maybe.
Sweetie,
it's
you
the
share
same
everything about you with me.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm kind of an open book, you know. All right. Well, thank you for that. Good talk. I'm going to keep cleaning this, and then I'm going to hit the hay.
Oh,
I'm kinda
please
beat.
get your rest, and please clean your room. It was so good to talk to you, sweetie.
It was so good to talk to you too, Papa.
All right, sweetie. Good night.
And she's going to replace the hat on her head. And
And you hear the old school kind of hanging up like a rotary phone.
And yeah, with that, I think like her room was in like a better state for the most part. Mostly like sheets undone. Like it was
Looks
more
like
at the
Driz
dressing
came
that was
in
the
and
worst.
tidied up. You seem to have a fresh set of sheets. Your water carafe has kind of been refilled. Things seem not as much like a bomb went off in here as they did when you remember leaving.
Let me actually. yeah, and I think I did all that I wanted to do was put the spell into the card and talk to my pop-pop. So
Cool.
once all that's squared away, it's gonna take a snooze. Bye, guys. And I think
As you
she's
go
kinda
to
like,
lay down to take a snooze, you hear a little. This time it's actually at your door. And Driz
"No,
kind of
open the door."
creaks open your door a little and goes, "Hey, Zipporah, I'm just gonna leave dinner on your table. Aurora wouldn't let you not eat, so I'm just gonna set your food down."
Ah, right. I forgot about that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And she's gonna
No problem. Have a good night.
she's gonna come out now in like some pajamas.
And some jammies.
Yeah, and some jammies. She's fully
Just
in
walking
some
through the bar
jammies.
in some jammas.
Yeah, some walking through the jam. She's gonna walk with them some jammies. She's probably gonna on her way, maybe like nudge. Whew, blanking on my names. Imre. She's gonna probably nudge Imre, and she's gonna probably be like, try. Like she's gonna point to one of the hoods. Try this one.
Yeah, at this point, you all, Stu, have you returned to the table?
Yeah, they just see me walking with my hands full with a 5-layer cake. I place it on the table and it makes.
Light up.
Boom. So, yeah, this is from the kitchen. It's a cake. It's pretty tasty. I have a seat.
Should have
and-
eaten that cupcake.
As he's sitting down and Zipporah comes out in her jammies, she's kind of coming down the stairs to the side of the stage, down from the little balcony. And she's coming across the room. Drizzt comes over with just like arms full of plates, and he just doles out a good hearty dinner. You got, some meat, you have some stew, you have some bread, as well as he kind of almost materializes from the back of his body a stack of plates and cutlery. He's, for the cake. He sets them down. And as he gets everything down, he grabs the cutlery out of his other pocket, and some knives for your meat and all that, and he just kind of ding, 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 into the table with your knives and goes, "Good to meet you guys," and just walks away.
This place never gets old. I start digging into my food. It's a good meal. Doc is obviously not eaten. He's quite hungry. All the adventuring today is he's just mowing through that food.
Yeah, Emery's gonna try a little bit of everything, but more interested in the cake. Where she's from, doesn't get many sweets.
How's Driz doing? Our Driz, not Driz.
The other one.
There's too
Dusk
many
Shield, not
Driz.
Dark Glass.
Yes.
It's just drinking. Just is ignoring food. He is going for the liquid dinner right now. He's not even girl dinnering it. It is just liquid dinner only and nothing else.
Fredward knows this, by the way. He has at this point skittered out of the kitchen and he's kind of just standing on your table, just like taking little tiny bites of Drizzt's meat because he knows he can always rely on his Uncle Drizzt for a meal.
Zipporah is going to cast Mage Hand and take a plate of cake and just a spectral blue hand waves cake in front of Driz back and forth. Ooh.
Fine.
Pharaoh's curse.
I grab a piece and I just take a bite and stand up, and I'm like, and you see me walk off and start kind of not stumbling, but not shambling necessarily
He
through the
is
building.
sauntering spiritedly.
Not saying anything other than just, damn, that's good cake. And
We've won.
yeah, that's and for you, DM, as I am walking through, I'm doing my usual here of looking around in nooks and crannies and for any kind of trap doors, hidden walls, false walls, things like that, notches in a wall, seams, anything that could give me any kind of thought that might be something hidden there. And just doing that again, per usual.
Make a perception check for me.
Uh, 13.
13.
Yeah.
Nothing out of the normal. Still
Well,
the same
gonna-
walls that have been there. Still yours. All this time, but nothing gives.
And that'll be my night until I feel like it's time for me to just turn in.
Okay.
Getting slowly more drunk as the night goes on.
What do the rest of you do?
I will make my way back to my little shop to pick up the device for Aurora. I'll send you a picture of it. I'll text you a picture of it.
Sounds good. And after your shop, are you gonna sleep there for the night, or are you gonna go home? Or are you gonna come back to the keep?
I'm gonna come back to the keep and I'll just get a room at the keep. Since we'll probably be here at the keep quite a bit, I'll just get a room.
Okay.
Yeah, no, once I've finished, like, actually eating, yeah, no. Sephora's, once again, gonna go back to the room she's staying in, and she's gonna look at that bed, and she just fully collapses, snoring off.
Megan, I cannot hear you.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Yay!
Okay, I don't know. I think my mic came unplugged. Sorry.
Oh, it's
I
okay.
have so much stuff on my list. I was gonna say before Zipporah goes, Emery's gonna kind of look up at her and just be like, or
Come again? You kind of cut out.
Your
there.
mic did not pick any of that up.
she's gonna look up at Zipporah and be like, do you have like a shower or like a bath to use? Maybe?
Oh, sweetie, of course. Oh my god, anything to get that desert stench off of you. Here, and she reaches under the bar and you hear some clinking and clanking and... Ah, there it is. And she hands you over a small ring of keys. She goes, okay, important. First one, big one with the flower, that's the big bathrooms. The second one, that's for your room. For the love of God, please go use the big shower before you use the little tub in your room. I cannot be scraping those out again. And she slides the keys across and she goes, you need a nightcap, hon?
No, I'm fine. Thanks.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so you're gonna go over here at the end of the bar, and she kind of spends a couple minutes explaining how to get anywhere in this labyrinthian building. And she tells you where your room is and how to find the bathrooms and make sure you have every need for the night. She goes, don't worry about paying me for the night. You're the odd man out among friends, and it would feel rude to charge you. So just
Thank you.
keep things tidy.
Yeah, of course. She's just gonna take the keys and head off.
Okay. As you get upstairs to your room, you kind of open the door. It's nice. I'm tangled here. I'm so sorry. It's nice. You open the door. There's a big 4-poster bed. It's cozy. There's a little fireplace. Lanterns seemingly lit by magic. A shelf full of books. You have some water. There's a little like snack pack of your leftover dinner and the rest of your bottle of mead. As well as on the chair you'll find a stack of like towels and a little basket of bathroom stuff. And you think to yourself, God, that drow was fast. You have no idea how Drizzt got up here so fast and just like furnished it. But yeah, that's your room.
Go take a shower. Apparently.
Doc, you said you're headed to your shop, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, guys, I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna head to my shop real quick to grab Aurora's little device I have. Should be more than, a half hour. Not too long. Don't get into any trouble. I'm
And
looking
you're
at
pretty
you.
nearby, all things considered. As you come out of the keep and you cross across the lower city central wall and the little marketplace that's down there, you drop down on the other side, kind of towards the docks of the Grey Harbor and the Temple of the Water Queen. And you duck into your shop over by the foundries. Roll a perception for me.
I don't know, where did I put this thing? Let's see. Perception. Do. Yeah, there it is. Be 15.
Perfect. As you walk through the door, you hear a slight under your boot. And you look down and you notice that there's a letter, just a plain little parchment envelope.
What do we got here?
You pick it up and you open it. And it just says, tomorrow's eve, retribution, the toll collectors will pay their tax. And it's sealed with the sigil of the Pact of the Gilded Hand. It would appear you've been contracted. Now, you know what they mean. This is what Rilsa was talking about earlier, with the toll collectors taking more than their share and living like fat cats while the rest of you guys suffer. She is asking you to make good on that deal.
I roll it up and I put it in my my inner pouch on my little satchel here.
Awesome. Go ahead and describe your shop to me, because I didn't actually design your shop.
So it's like about a 20 by 20 workspace. That's the main section. The front area is like a small little, it's got a little counter with like a register with, leading into that 20 by 20 foot kind of, workspace area. It's got all sorts of, tables and, equipment racks of like bearings and, different materials like leather and, different steels and bronze and just odds and ends, hemp rope, cogs, and various sorts of machinery. And then out back is like a small shed garage which has another work area with like a blacksmithy in that sort of setup.
Okay. You go looking for Aurora's little device, and you find it. It's sitting right where you left it. Doesn't seem to have been tampered with. She will be very happy about this.
Yeah, Doc's a little absent-minded. He's like all the different projects he's got going on, strewn about. He's like, yes, yeah, there it is. And I grab it and I find a small little, box to put it in my satchel, and
you just you remember like, oh god, that's right, I left it under the helmulator. And you kind of start throwing crap around and you hear clang and kind of just various screws dropping.
Toss a hammer,
But you find it, as well as Fredward's tiny apron that you have constructed for him. Don't forget.
Yes,
that.
his little flame retardant.
Very sad.
His little flame retardant apron. Yes, I roll that up and put it in the box. And
he's so cute. He doesn't know he doesn't need it, but you can't help it. You had to make him one. It's just too precious.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
So yeah, I lock up and head on back to the keep.
Perfect. When you head back, things have cleared out a little bit. It's getting late. You see Drizzt, Dusk Shield, dark glasses, cleaning tables. Dusk Shield, however, is doing something so strange. He is like drunkenly crawling his way along the walls looking for something. Like he is like trying to dig his fingers along the ledges and like, god, there's got to be something here. He's he's just being freaking bizarre.
It's not the strangest thing I've seen in this establishment. Probably won't be the last.
Though you do remember that you heard that this used to be where his family's mansion was, so, maybe he's just drunk and reliving the past, you think to yourself. You can't blame a guy for getting hung up on something so horrible.
Yes. I make my way back to the kitchen.
And Aurora is so excited. She goes, oh, you're a miracle worker. I can't believe you have it. And she just drops a bag of gold in your hand and she snatches it from you. And she kind of
it's nothing, it's a little device, and I go on, open it up.
She opens the box and she pulls it out and she's kind of turning it in her hand. And she goes, how do I? And she starts pressing to her president. How do I make it? And it just fire out from the end of it. She goes, oh, that's how that works. How is that? Doc, is there a way to turn that down?
Yes, as you can see, there's a knob for intensity and a knob for how hot that you want it to be. And all you got to do is to turn it off. There's that little key switch, and you just gotta flip on or flip off.
She flicks it off. She flicks it on, and she turns the dials a little bit, and she. Oh, that is so much better. Thank Doc, you're a miracle worker. Fredward, say thank you for that. Hang on. And she kind of magics up the top of your head like she's pixie dusting you, just kind of.
Doc, thank you. I'm so overworked. I can't believe you made this for me. Thank you so much. I'm so tired.
Man, here you go. And I give him his little apron. I'll tie it.
It's perfect! I can't believe you made this for me.
Well, a little pat on. Of course, can't have you going out of style here, little man. Be
Thank
careful
you.
with that. Don't be careful with that. It's that device can get pretty hot, so be sure to wear gloves.
I will be so careful. I can't wear gloves. Mom, you have to be so careful with that for me. She
Yes,
looks
yes,
at Aurora,
yes, very
and she
much.
goes, "Sweetie, I will be so I will be so careful. We will be so careful. We will be so careful." And she tucks it away on this little shelf, kind of right next to the door, with all her other various Julius Citron invented kitchen tools. She said, "Doc, seriously, thank you. You're such a lifesaver, per usual." Oh,
It's nothing.
did Alora get
Don't
your
worry
room?
about it. I was gonna ask about getting one. I hadn't had the opportunity to, but yes, if I could get a room, I don't need anything fancy. I just, you know, somewhere to lay my head. Busy to work and, just need it to when I can't do no more.
She goes, "Not a problem. There is a room in the workshop, and Drizzt has already pulled out the pull-out bed, so it is ready for you." And and she kind of behind her, and she shoves this little box towards you. She goes, "Late night snack."
I mean, I won't say no to snacks.
Great. I'll see you in the morning. Thank you again, Doc.
Anytime.
And she
I
skitters off back to prepping and cleaning.
I go find Ardritz. and I walk up on the side of him, not to get into his blind side so I don't get stabbed in the throat. And I kind of just wave a little bit and make sure he sees me, and I pull out the envelope in the paper, and I give it into his direction just so he can kind of read the inscription.
I like heard you walking from a mile away and just immediately like take it, glance over the letter. Okay. Got our
Take
first
it,
job with this.
Put it back in
Usual line of work, but we can work something out.
Yes.
Drizzt, roll a perception for me.
18.
As you're looking at the note and you kind of hold it up to the light, as you're looking kind of from the underside, you see in the light of the large chandelier above you, there's a map inlaid in the grain of the paper. Paper in this realm being made of fiber. They seem to have hidden your map on the inside, just in case you forgot, Doc.
There's a map
Showing
on
you
the
the
back
way
of the
to
note.
the harbor master's office.
Well, this looks like our way in here. That kind of takes care of the one question I had, so...
Don't you work for them? You should know these things.
I've never been
I'm
in
the
the harbor
monster
master's
hunter.
office before. It's one of the few places I don't really, have business
But
into.
you know to look
And
for
you'd
the
have no
map
reason
in
to.
the
He's
letter.
kind of a dick.
Yeah, I normally deal with, the other people on the other side of the office. Like the people in the ships. They need gear and random odds and ends. And also the ferrymen and all sorts of...
You keep going on about that, but frequently, already within just hours of knowing you, it seems like your clientele is stretched all over the city, which is fine. I don't care.
being a businessman, you take the jobs wherever they may lead, as long as it's not too morally dubious. And even then, It depends on how much gold.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, with that, and I consider what time it is. I'm like,
It's
I'm
late.
gonna go
It's
find my
very
room,
late.
and I'm going to sleep, and I'm going to stay asleep. And I'm going to wish that I could hibernate there. But unfortunately,
Okay, Doc just has just
not an option.
cake. Okay.
And just
As you
saunter off.
are all heading to your beds, trying to get a good night's sleep while I remember how to stop all the sounds on Syrinscape. Oh, there's a now playing thing. Okay, hang on. Ha! You all go to bed exhausted from a long day's work, but nevertheless satisfied. You have an uneventful night. The keep is peaceful. It is really easy to get a good night's sleep here. You feel as if the city could be burning down around you, and the only way you would know is if Alara came knocking at your door to ask for help. Otherwise, it is so quiet. You wake up in the morning to the sounds of people coming to get their breakfast. I hope you have all slept well. What would you like to do this fine morning?
You mean aside from all of the fireworks going off right now?
Aside from all of the fireworks going off right now, which
Oh my god, I have to put my headphones on now because the fireworks from the Dodgers game is easy.
That's why it's going. I'm
That's
guessing
what
they
it
just won the
is.
World Series.
Yeah.
Oh
God,
Well,
I couldn't towards the end of
I can,
that. I
like,
was like,
I can like hear them just barely. That's how far
oh
I
no,
am.
they're like right out my window basically.
Wow.
So sorry.
At first, I thought it
probably
was
didn't
Disney
catch-
fireworks, but I was like,
Nope,
wait,
that's
it's a
9:30.
Wednesday and it's only 9. No,
I guess
they're
go
popping
Dodgers.
off over here.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. So
So there's actually something I would like to do, but I was kind of planning it for like early in the morning when people are still usually like sleeping.
We'll say you
but, like,
woke
the
up
sun is
first
still
then.
rising. All right. I would like to sneak out, and I would like to find my young little friend where I know that she resides at least.
So as you come out of the front of the keep and down into the steeps, at the bottom of the stairs, closest to the harbor, you find your young friend staring out at the hubbub of the harbor and the beautiful sea.
I would like to be very quiet and try and like sneakily, like while she's distracted, I would like to sneakily leave a little thing behind for her to find.
She's sitting and just kind of watching the traffic flow in and out. All of the merchant ships come in with their wares. The hustle and bustle of carts going by. Roll a stealth for me.
Roll a stealth for you. All right, I can do that. Come on.
You have a +2.
A +2 to it. All right. Let's just please. Ooh. That's a 6.
You still beat her.
Cool.
she rolled a 4.
Cool. I also rolled a 4.
So you're not terribly sneaky, but she's just
Beats it.
especially tired this morning. So you're able to kind of
sneak down through one of the courtyards off to the side of the walkway and just like
Alright.
like push a little basket her way.
I would like to, and then immediately, I would like to go into my hat, and then I'm gonna come out carrying the food from yesterday,
The boxes.
all of them, and I'm gonna lay out like almost like Christmas dinner, like like when they're like when they like come home at the end of a Christmas Carol, and like the table's all like looking nice.
Oh, the platters.
Yes, the platter, the full platters that I took. I told you, I told you this was gonna come back.
Thievery.
I would like to leave a full spread,
Hmm.
and
Our
then
finest dishes were stolen.
dip.
Why we can't have nice things?
You want
As
ants?
you
This is
did.
how we get ants.
She kind of
Good morning.
turns and she goes, "When did all this food get here?" And you make your way back to the keep and everything as well.
Yeah. That's it.
Eggs. Doc needs eggs. I'll walk down to the bar. Eggs. I need eggs.
And Driz dark glasses behind the bar, kind of seemingly up early, way too bright for this shit. He's got his dawn goggles on and he goes, "Yep, you and me both, buddy. I'm on it." And he
Thank you.
back into the kitchen.
Doc
And all you
realizes
hear is, "Aurora, eggs."
Doc realizes he probably drank more than he should have with drinking that entire bottle of mead.
It's pretty strong. She don't fuck around.
Doc is kind of a lightweight
like-
too when it comes to the alcohol consumption. I just pull up a seat and just wait for everyone else to make their way down.
What time is it currently? Like, do we have a
You will say Doc's an early riser, and we already know Zipporah is, because Doc is used to doing his trading as the mercantile ships come in. So it's about 7 bells.
7? Okay.
I would
So
like
about you. Oh, Lauren, you first.
yeah, I would like to try and sneak back in and try and play it off like, oh, I've been sleeping I've been here this whole time. What? I never
Oh, well, you see, that is super easy because you can just come into the stage door at the back of the dressing room and backstage area.
cool.
You are free to come and go as you please, and nobody would be the wiser.
Yeah. So when Zipporah gets back, she's gonna like make her way back, stop, look at herself in the mirror, and realize, hold on. And she kind of like rustles up her hair a bit to make it look like, oh yeah, I've totally still been in bed.
Like
then,
you
like,
haven't
once-
been up for a couple hours.
Oh yeah, no. And then it's about to walk out the door, stops, grabs her hat, then walks out the door.
The hat comes with you without a fuss.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Oh, not the
Ugh,
EPs.
sorry.
Not the EPs.
Sorry. Don't pass it around.
I saw.
Sorry.
What have you done?
It's more like that yawning is making me tear up than that kind of stage right now. I'm like, oh god. So,
Oh no.
No, yeah, Driz saunters down, probably closer to 8 bells than 7, seeing Doc still just hung over at the table, and
Big ass platter of meat and eggs in front of him.
yeah,
You see a pile of potatoes, seemingly untouched.
Potatoes.
and I just take one good long look at him and like, what's the matter, kid? You never had a drink in your life before?
Oh, you know, I try not to imbibe too much. I feel that it gets in the way of the creativity, you know?
And as he is saying that, I am just taking another pull from another bottle of mead.
Yes,
just
creativity.
Healthy.
just too long of it. Like
I
that's
take
a lot.
I take some toast with the egg and so big day today.
That's an understatement of the year. Well,
Well, it'll go swimmingly with the crew that we have. I have nothing but all the faith in our abilities to get this job done.
yeah. Hmm.
Chris, you may be half
I don't know if
asleep,
it's-
but something is nagging at you. You feel like there was something else you guys were supposed to do today.
Yeah, there's 2 trips we have to make that I can remember. I have to see Raven Guard and Silver Shield, both, if I remember correctly. As well, I think we have to reconvene with Rail as well for more information. Believe. You need to roll wisdom for that?
You don't need to roll a wisdom to know that he'll be wanting something of you. But Doc, you know that that's exactly who the note came from, and that she will, per usual, be seen having no involvement in this. She trusts you implicitly to handle this quietly and on your own.
Good times. I make sure to just to make sure I still have the map and everything cinched on me and
As far as you can tell, you have your map, you have all your crap. Ain't nobody ever stolen nothing from the keep. Consequences are way too severe for anyone to bother.
right. Where's our other compatriots?
At that,
That's a good question.
Sephora walks in. Big stretch. Totally not because I'm doing it. But anyways, yeah, she totally comes in with that. And walks over, big smile on her face. Like, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wait, where's
Good
the short
morning.
one? Where's the short one?
Emery
Short and
Emery comes
mysterious.
down. Emery is gonna come down a little bit, like right after you say that. And she looks definitely more refreshed than she had been. Looks like a good night's sleep did a bit. She looks a little more put together, and perhaps
The shower bath I'm sure helped.
the smell of the desert, as it was put, is not as prominent.
Mm.
As you're saying this, Alara walks past and goes, "Funny you say that. You smell like us now, so I wasn't wrong."
Emery
She just
seems a
keeps on
little
walking.
sad. Like, oh,
The snarky comments. We love it. We love it. Hopefully we all slept well. Yes, yes, yes. Big day today.
The question is now,
Well,
where do we want to go first? Where do we start?
I don't remember what times everyone wanted to meet us and
I know
everything.
a couple of them
so.
said we could just pop in whenever.
didn't
To your
Yep.
guys' memory, they didn't really specify a time. They just said when
Okay.
convenient.
Well, I'd say we talk to Raven Guard first and foremost.
Yes, that seems very prudent.
Whereas the Silver Shield, I could really care less about meeting, but we will still meet him nonetheless.
This Raven Guard is such a mystery, such a mystery. I really want to poke around more and kind of find out more about what his deal, because all I'm getting is it's
Mister.
that's right, that right there.
Mystery.
And I like a little mystery and I like a little intrigue. But I want to know what's up. Well, I mean, let's pull the curtain behind this guy.
Well, let's
Okay.
who did we want to go to first then? Who would be the closest from where we're at?
From where you're
They're both
at,
going to be in the upper city.
well, Raven Guard asked you to meet him at Worms Crossing and Worms
yeah.
Rock. Whereas
Absolutely.
Chorlin Silver Shield is in the upper city. Stu, you
Yeah.
know that Silver Shield lives at the Seskergates mansion.
Yeah.
Nice little neighborhood, not too far from your spot. Definitely an easier walk than getting to Worms Rock from where you are. But fairly equidistant. Getting to Seskergates is just a more pleasant walk because you guys get to go through the wide, there's a marketplace, you can shop, all that kind of crap.
Yeah. I give them the layout. Like, well, we can go this way or this way. Which who do you want to go see?
Worms Rock seems to be my preferred. Aura,
I was thinking the
Hemorrhage.
same.
Our way up.
Say again.
Start from the bottom and work our way up.
Okay.
All right. Well, then that settles it. Doc finishes up and takes a drink of his morning juice.
Where are we going? Because I got a lot
Raven
of...
Guards.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what I was thinking. That's I could not. There was so much filler in between. I just got confused for a moment.
Frontal lobe took a smoke break.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
All right.
So then yeah, I'll pack up and tighten. All right. Well, if we're all ready to go, then shall we?
Lead the way.
And so you shall. As you go out of the keep, the city is bustling with its usual commerce. Despite yesterday's ordeal, business seems to have returned to, well, business as usual here in the gate. You see carts going hither and thither. All of the shops are open. People are out. There are even a few mages and bards out in the courtyard trying to make a quick bit of coin off of people by doing cheap magic tricks or playing their tunes. Just a normal day. As you head out past the shops and the temples and go through the gates and out into Worms Crossing, there's a sense of
home and familiarity for all of you, Imre included. Everyone who comes in to this city comes in through Worms Crossing, mostly because they have to. But nonetheless, when you come out through Baldur's Gate and into the crossing, through these large drawbridges, you drop straight in underneath Worms Rock. As you kind of make your way through into the rock, and you turn into one of the buildings, the rooms, you are, how do I describe this? You are not just in the building, you're also somewhat underneath the building. Worms Rock is built on top of the crossing and into the sides of the cliffs. It's a pretty massive place. So you make your way in, and you kind of head towards the stairs and go up a cute little spiral staircase past the armory. And you get to the top of a landing. There's a couple flaming fists there, and they kind of look around, and they're like, "Heroes of the Wide. Not to say you're not welcome here. Obviously, you were very helpful, but what are you doing here? Were you invited? You're not really supposed to be up here."
Yes, we're here for Ravengard. He has sent for us.
Oh, he invited you. Oh, absolutely. Not a problem. And they just kind of like on the door, and you hear yes, please come in. It's open. Let yourselves in. You
Open up the door and walk on in.
you walk in. Ravengard, uncharacteristically out of his armor. He's kind of standing there in his tabards. He's got a bit of his breakfast as well. Is looking out the far window, out at the entirety of the gate from his place atop Worms Rock. And he kind of gestures to you. He says, "Come here."
Walk forward.
Look at Baldur's Gate. See how it grows unchecked beyond the walls. These slums are breeding grounds for criminal cabal called the Guild. Now, the Flaming Fist is charged with defending the gate. Right now, the Guild, not some foreign enemy, is the city's greatest threat. My greatest threat. It owns the outer city. The Guild has encircled us like a besieging army. Its agents and rot are worming into every nook of Baldur's Gate. These monsters find victims wherever the Fist is not. They grow bolder daily. They infest our politics and our businesses. Abdul Adrian was the Gate's greatest citizen since Balduran. Yet a Guild assassin attacked them in broad daylight, and I will crush them for it. I need people like you to help me. I can offer gold, of course, Doc. Your reputation precedes you, as does yours. However, I would also, in these troubling times, be willing to offer positions of rank in the Flaming Fist. You would have the honor the company's tabards afford. What say you?
Are we sure it's the Guild? I mean, do we have any proof it was a Guild assassin?
I'd
Who
like to
else would
roll
attack the
a-
greatest citizen in Baldur's Gate but the Guild?
I don't know. That's a valid question.
I would like to try to roll a persuasion on him, so I'm going to try to...
Can I help with that by using my hidden ace?
I would say if you used your hidden ace, it would be very obvious. You do have to cast the card to use it.
Mm-hmm. Is there...
So you could, but just know that it would be pretty obvious to everyone in the room.
Okay. Could I potentially roll to be stealthy about it?
I was gonna say, could you like walk up behind me and like pat me on the back? And,
Oh
like,
no,
pull it out.
It's not gonna be cast on you. It's going to be cast on Baldur.
Oh. Ah.
Unless you can cause a distraction enough or something.
I would not do that.
All right, cool.
If it's
That's
something
fine.
like casting friends or something like that, don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Then never mind.
Duke. Raven Guard, may I?
Of course.
I'm gonna be frank with you. So forgive any of my lackadaisicalness or candor in this, but I have to disagree with you on some things, and I need you to understand something. I have not worked with you ever directly, but I have worked and helped the Fist. I've never worked for the guild, but I do know them, and they only care about helping the people who are the disenfranchised, the oppressed, the people who are looking for safe refuge and a new home. And sometimes that does have to come down to engaging in criminal activity for them. But it's always all at the... I'm not saying I agree with this, but the expense of those who can afford to lose it for the people who have nothing. To make sure that people can eat, have clean clothes on their backs, a roof over their head, even if it is just a shanty. The slums are something that needs to be helped, not cast out and shunned. For people who... us. They came here looking for help, not to hurt. And I can promise you that that was not a member of the guild attacked and killed your friend. That was a ball spawn. There is a plot working much, much more terrifying than inner city politics. And I know I sound mean, but you have to trust me and trust my family name, or even if it's not worth much, that I mean it and I'm being honest and as true as I ever could possibly be. If this plot were to succeed, it could mean the death of every... Do not act against the guild. Work along with them. Help them. Let them know that their people they're trying to help are welcome here. And I kind of visibly wait for him to probably rip into me. Probably not take what I'm saying with any I feel like he's not going to take that well, but
You see him ponder for a moment. He mulls this over, kind of flipping something in between his fingers. He's fidgeting a bit. And after a moment, yes.
I think I remember you saying this last session. Older Ravengard, like, built himself up from nothing. Right.
Correct.
Alright, as he's fidgeting, Zipporah is going to add this on, and she's gonna say, if I've been told correctly, you were once like some of them, and now here you are, so you hold a lot of potential.
While I disagree with the connotation of the word potential there, many people have potential, but how will they use it? I do agree that simply because somebody comes from nothing does not make them a menace, does not make them a burden on our society. I had nothing, and Abdul gave me a place amongst the city, amongst the fist, amongst a family. I don't know about a ball plot. That remains to be seen. His face is kind of like, yeah, you're a little nutty for believing that one. I don't know where you got that, but okay. Like, I'm pretty sure this is probably just people being crazy. Like, you've seen enough. I don't believe that blaming people's actions on the gods absolves that person of those consequences. And while unfortunately they may both be dead, I believe that something bigger is at play. I'll acknowledge wholly that sometimes doing the right thing requires, how do I say this? Doing the just thing requires you to ignore what is right. Does that make sense? And I have no intention of bringing this fight to people who have no place in it, who have no part in it. The citizens of Little Calamshan and the Outer City are as much Baldurians as you and I. Well, maybe not you and I, but the rest of you and I. And all who come to this city, refugees alike, can be Baldurian. But we must stand for what that means. I cannot see any other reason that anyone would murder Abdul Adrian in that way, so horribly, so publicly, other than to play at power. So, I will promise to leave the innocent people, leave the citizens out of this. But I ask you to trust me, and I hope that you'll help me in ridding the parts of the system and the parts of the guild that do more harm than good and fail to serve the people. For me, for Abdul, and if for neither of us, for the next generation of Baldurians. For people like my son. He's not old enough to know or to understand why people are so vicious and how cruel the world can be. I want to make this better for him. We should all strive to be better, to be just. And I believe that this is what Abdul would want me to do. Do you trust me?
And with that, I'm going to take a deep breath and kind of pace around the room. And so as not to be so dramatic with it, as I pace around behind him, I'm going to take off my cloak and set it on the back of a chair. As I circle back around. I'm going to face him again and I'm going to just take a going to kind of take a deep breath and just I do trust you. And I do trust that you do have the city's best interests at heart. And I do understand fully that, yes, and I am almost certain that while the guild as a whole just wants to do the best for the people of the outer city, there are almost certainly members who don't do it for that. But targeting them as a whole is only going to make things worse and embolden them and look at you as their enemy and not someone who understands their plight and who wants to help them. And I do fully 100% agree with you that people cannot blame their actions on the gods and try to see it as that they were acting as their emissary. I have no faith in any of the gods. They are just people who have become so powerful that they are seen as divine by those weak or seeking power. That said, that power is still undeniable. And they can do terrible things with it, so acting those entities, those beings, those people can still do terrible things. That was a ball spawn out there. That was the Slayer. And I'm just gonna glance down at the crest on my shoulder and back at him. And you know I know it. No reason to lie to you. Because if I can have the guild and the Flaming Fist both at my assistance in helping stop this, we can be united in trying to stop it from happening and keep a dead god from resurrecting. Best
Then
we
allow
can.
me, Dusk Shield, to have faith in you once again. You comforted us all. Your family comforted us all in knowing that Abdul would not be overtaken by that which afflicted him. If you truly believe that a ball spawn plot is happening in Baldur's Gate, then help me eliminate the places that it could spawn from. For what better place to spawn a plot of greed and murder and slaughter than guild dens, hideouts, other places where misdeeds may lurk. If I may, it is my intention to ask you to help me to merely clear out a few vice dens. People who we know have been running drugs, swindling people of their money, embezzling in ways that do not help the city or their patrons. They only seek to line guild pockets. Can I ask this of you? Help me get rid of this monster, and I will trust you when you tell me that there is a bigger monster waiting around the corner, and you will have mine and the Fist's loyalty at your side and at your back. Our full force, whenever you need it.
And I think we can agree on that. But I can't make that decision alone, and I'm gonna look at the three of you. Well,
Barry, you got no audio.
Stu Bear, you're muted, bud boy. Buddy boy, you are muted.
How about now?
Hey!
Yeah.
Hey. All right. So Doc is like crunching the numbers in his head, and he's like, you can see like the cogs turning.
He sees this and he looks at you and he goes, "You've never done me wrong either, Doc. Your family built the ballistae on top of the rock. I trust that work any day."
I think we can all agree that mythical and demonic creatures running amok through the gates would be bad on any level.
He sips his morning ale and he's just like, kind of cheers to that motion.
And I do believe that there are parts of the underworld here that are probably doing more harm than good, and maybe a few cults along the way. Maybe in
Who
lurking
said
about.
Cult? Is there a cult? Do I need to worry about a cult? Again?
Well,
You know how
it
many
wouldn't be
cults
the
this
first
city
time.
has?
How many?
So many. Every time I turn around, it's another cult. Some of them don't even make sense.
Yes, there was the one with the spaghetti. I mean, that was a weird
There's
one.
a cult to shoes.
But yes, I have to agree with my
That's with handbags.
Dusk Shield friend over here. And what
That
what
term
path we
loosely
must
again
take.
there, buddy.
Hmm?
You're using that term there loosely again there, but okay.
So yes, I I'm along for the ride.
Okay. And look at Imre and Zipporah. Just, well,
I empathize with the people that are living in the slums, you call them. But the Duke might have a point, even if not all of this guild is full of evildoers. There could be some parts of it that are. It would be beneficial to eradicate.
You're gonna have to say that one more time because both I and Ravengard are confused at the entirety of what you were trying to say. You cut out halfway through.
Yeah, you cut out a little bit.
Ah!
yeah, you're cutting in and
Oh
out.
no! Dang it.
Last
Let me
thing we
make sure
heard was not all of them are evildoers.
Oh, yeah, no, that wasn't it. um, okay, let me remember what I just said. Basically, not not all of the guild could potentially be harmful, but there could still be some there to eradicate. So I agree with Doc, agree with Duke.
I'm pleased to know that you agree that we must root out evils at their source and injustice wherever it may stem from. Thank you. It's not every day that I find myself face to face with this many people that would agree with me.
Zipporah's flipping her cards through her fingers once again. And finally, she sees that everyone's looking over at her, that they're waiting for an answer from me. And she kind of just says, "Oh boy, I may have to add something. I might have to edit my business cards after this. 'Cause I'll have magician, show performer, and now I've got to add uh, hero for hire. I mean, if everyone else is in, I mean, sure, I'd be down to help out. I mean, like you said, you have your son and your thing. I've met some wonderful people in my time being here and in my time getting to here that I would love to help out a bit more if it would make life easier for them."
If you're not careful, you may have to add flame for the flaming fist to your card. Flame is like a lower military rank, like an E1.
She holds up a finger. She's just like, "This isn't the line of business I was intending to go into, but wow, that's oh, that was very touching. Oh, hold on." And she reaches in her pocket and prestidigitation makes a little handkerchief and starts dabbing her eyes.
So we're all in agreement then.
Aye.
Wonderful. Well, then I suppose we begin at the beginning. He walks over to his desk and he grabs a little box. And he comes over to you. And he opens it and he goes, "I think you'll be needing these. You'll find them persuasive. Some doors may not open as easily as others, but most doors in the gate open with a fist." And he hands you each out a small silver brooch in the shape of a flaming fist. Go ahead and add those to your inventory and tell me if you would like to put them on or if you would like to stow them.
I'm gonna put it on the opposite side of my
Under the other side of your cloak.
family crest. Yeah, so that way I can as I need as I need to.
I would like to put it on, but like not like kind of like loosely, so I can like do like a like oh, where did it go? Oh, it's over here. Nope, now it's over here. But like I think visibly where everyone else sees her put it at first is like she pins it to the inside of her like tailcoat, like the like near the heart, So like you think that she could just flash it open like that, but who
Okay.
knows? Maybe next moment it's under her sleeve. Next moment it's behind her. Next moment it's under
It's
her
behind
hat.
your ear.
It's behind your ear. Exactly.
Nothing up my
Yeah.
sleeves.
Except the flaming fist.
I'm the flaming fist. Doc'll store his in his pocket.
Emery's just gonna put it on. No fuss, no muss.
Okay.
So it's like a silver flaming fist pin brooch.
Mhm.
Thank you. Hold on. Go investigate. 'Cause I smell like a burning smell in my house.
Oh,
Yeah, go
That's-
investigate. Everyone else, if you want to
Roll
use
for
this as a chance
investigation.
to have a bathroom break or refresh your drinks, feel free.
I would like my candies to not all stick to the wrapper to the point where they just fall
That
apart,
would
and
be
it would require me
great,
to
yeah.
eat them off of it like a raccoon.
Mm. Do you want to answer that text message?
Oh, yes.
Love the music. That's
Honestly, the music is all thanks to Syrinscape. They've been super chill about all this. We pay like a monthly fee to keep them running. It's like open source. They have a whole
That's so
library, and they're basically like, hey, if you link what you use and you just like tell people that it's what you're using, then feel free to use it. So like that's
That's
where all the sound
awesome.
effects came from too.
to turn it up because I'm like, I dig this.
All right, so I have my answer. Dodgers game.
0 out of 3.
Fireworks. Because of the direction of where I live,
Oh,
the wind I
You're
think has
smelling all the-
blown. I'm smelling all the fireworks coming through my vents, and it smells like a whole fire. So that's why I'm, or like even like a barbecue. And so now my nose is getting a little bucky wucky.
It doesn't
Yeah, I still
smell
hear
like it over
fireworks,
here,
too.
but my sinuses are like closing up.
Mine too.
As soon as I opened the door to my office, I just was like, whoa. Oh.
Yeah, it's like I can see the fog down on street level of like firework. Wait a second, I'm gonna adjust my air over here. Says it's on. I don't believe it. It thinks it's 76 in here. That is not correct. There we go. So, good old Raisin Guard.
Raising
Hands you all your pins.
2 scoops of raisin. That baldurs
and he
raisin
goes-
brand.
He goes to his desk and he grabs a pen and he starts kind of writing on a paper and he goes, folds it up, and he hands it, well, kind of like just extends an arm to you, like whoever wants to take this. He goes, so, there are 3 vice dens that I have some concerns about. I'm gonna be sending Flaming Fist to just scope them out. We're not doing anything unsavory unless we find that they are in fact in violation of the laws of Baldur's Gate. If they're doing anything that could hurt the citizens or hurt the economy of Baldur's Gate, we will shut them down. They won't be hurt.
I've given explicit orders not to damage the businesses. Everyone should be given a chance to restart. And I would hate to see a business be lost completely due to indiscretion. When you get a chance, I'd appreciate if you could swing by these places. Obviously, feel free to ask for a detachment of fist if you need them. And just find out what's going on here. And if they must be vacated and boarded, then that is how that must be.
Okay. Well, don't worry about any detachment of fists.
Yes, I feel the more stealthy we are about this, the less we're going to draw attention to what we're doing.
I agree.
Now, if I were to bring you those members of, were there any, of the activities you described happening at those, and we were to bring you them ourselves, can we avoid the place being shuttered?
Considering that those who stand accused and who we are investigating are the owners and proprietors of these businesses, we would, until a fair trial is held, or until they are proven innocent, and we will treat them as such until they are proven guilty. If they are not proven guilty, their business is theirs to keep and theirs to run.
Okay.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Should you need anything, approach any member of the Flaming Fist, or come see me whenever you like. Especially with your badges now, you've no need of an invitation from me. My door is open to you. As are my barracks. Make yourselves at home if you need a place to rest, if you need to tune up your weaponry, or get your blades sharpened, or replace anything, feel free to ask my armorer. And help yourself to food in the barracks mess hall. We have plenty, and I am happy to share. And with that,
I think we'll...
Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it.
With that, he walks over to the door, and he opens it, and says, "Thank you for hearing me out. I'm very happy to be
Welcome.
working with you."
Well, we will do what we can and try to make the city proud.
All right. He gestures you out of his office and down the cute little spiral stairs. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna start walking towards the outer city pretty much immediately, and as soon as we are in a...
Toward the outer
Far
city,
enough
so you're
away-
going to go back into Baldur's Gate and then out towards Little Calamshan?
Yeah,
Or are you headed
basically.
out across Worm's Crossing to Rivington?
No, we're heading to Calamshan.
Okay.
But as soon as we're out of the rock and want to make a perception, keep an eye out for any fist.
Okay.
16?
Patrols here and there, but nothing out of the usual. An
Okay.
occasional flaming fist
Oh.
at one of the gates, supporting a toll collector.
Okay. As soon as we get to a place where like we're like away from anybody, not long after, I want to pull everyone together for a quick chat.
Okay.
I have an insane idea. So Doc, I'm gonna need your help on this one because you've worked with them the most. I suggest we, before we head to Silver Shield, do what he wants. Talk to Rail and let her know that basically Raven Guard's plan and what's going on, and that our loyalties lie with them, but that Raven Guard has the whole of the people of Baldur's Gate in mind, and he does want to help but that of the concerns that he has with true criminal activities there that are just there to better themselves. And basically I want to try to tell her that we're willing to play double agent for her, but not at the expense of Raven Guard because of what he does. But I want to make sure that these two groups can get along despite them being ideologically opposed to some degree.
Can I see that?
That makes
Can I
sense.
see that list that he gave?
Yeah, so...
Yeah, actually, I didn't even check that note
Oof.
yet. So yeah, I haven't even checked it. So
And,
please,
Sorry,
by
my
means.
flare-up is flaring.
And I open up the list and I see if I notice any of the names on the list from my dealings.
There's the Oasis in Little Kalimshan, which you recognize by name, but you don't really make anything for them. You know that they're an opium den. Owner's a little bit creepy. They deal in mostly poppy dreams and, how do we say, tender liaisons.
Oh,
Okay.
There is the Low Lantern. How do I describe the Low Lantern? It's like,
Where's
you know,
it
the
located?
Snuggly Duckling in Tangled?
yeah.
It's kind of like
Never seen it.
that, where it's like this old kind of rough and tumble rogues bar. It's closer to the
it's-
harbor.
Oh, it's like that one place in SpongeBob movie.
Yeah, the Salty Spittoon.
Yeah.
Salty
It's
Spittoon.
quite a bit
That's
like
it.
the Salty Spittoon.
Your
Perfect.
stereotypical sailor bar.
Yep, and it is actually built into a boat.
Ah!
Oh,
Sounds
so
fun.
it's a knockoff of the Blushing Mermaid.
No, it's just the Blushing Mermaid had the mermaid not, sunk or been attacked by other pirates or a kraken. You don't really know. The story changes every time you ask the captain.
And who's the owner?
Of the Low Lantern?
Yeah.
Oh my god, let me see if I can find her name. Something Thundrith. Oh my god. I'm blanking on her name. Lorelra. Lorelra Thundrith. As
And
far
what are they
as you
known-
know,
what are they known
she
for their
deals in
illicit
like
activity?
so she fronts as though she deals in jewelry. But Doc, you know that Lorelra is one of the most profitable smugglers in the entire city. When you need something that you're not allowed to have a lot of brought in, Lorelra can do that for you. And she has that exceptionally good fortune of having the harbor as cover. People can pull up and nobody will ever be the wiser. They don't even have to check out through the harbor master.
Okay, and then the last one.
There is no last one. I'm an idiot. It's 2.
Oh, it's 2.
Mm.
Okay. All right.
So, I know this sounds insane, but I think at least one of us can make the argument that we can play both sides of the field to everyone's benefit here. And that we can still help the guild while helping the Fist do their job while acknowledging that the Fist also has its problems, and we will actively be doing our part to root that out from within as well. Picking up what I'm putting down?
I think I get it. Taking them down from the inside, but not like taking them down.
Yeah. Like, let's...
Yeah.
I think
whole-
I think...
Like dealing with our friend from the toll booth line from the inside. And by friend, I mean friend.
Exactly.
The
I-
whole the
I
enemy
think we
of my
can-
enemy is my friend.
Is my friend.
Emily.
Yeah.
Anemone.
Enemy.
And
I
then
think-
Anemone.
I think we can acknowledge that people like Raven Guard.
Phenomena.
I think we can both all acknowledge here that both people like
No.
Rail and Raven Guard truly do want what's best for people, and they have different methods. But their organizations both have problems. If we can, on our face, work for the Fist and underneath work for the Guild, I think we can achieve both ends
Yeah, you can.
quite well.
Phrasing.
Yep.
Boom.
So what do you think? Do we give it a shot? Or am I insane?
Well, your sanity is one thing, but it's a good plan. It keeps us on the up and up with both potentially, and covering our behinds if we need to.
As
I
long as
still
we
do
don't
wanna
get on the
meet-
wrong side.
You know, I don't think it's crazy.
Oh, God.
I kind of think it's out there, and I like it.
All right.
As long as in the end we're helping people, then I say we try it.
All right. Then let's go. But I do have to excuse myself for a few, so I will be back.
I was just trying to see where my cat was.
Kitty.
Aw. No, I
I
hope my
also
cat's-
will excuse myself just for a moment. I'm just gonna mute myself though. I will leave you guys up to share with each other anything you would not like the DM to hear, and share with the audience anything that you would like them to know.
All right, DM can't hear us anymore.
I was like, the silence.
Wow!
The disappear case of the disappearing
Right.
DM. All right.
Is anyone actually taking notes, or am I the only one?
I think
I-
it's just you.
I have my notes.
I've just
Okay,
been.
'cause, like, I
I
have,
think I'm very
at
bad
least-
I'm very bad at taking notes. So that's why, like last time, I said I'm very thankful that we're recording this so I can rewatch
Go back.
this.
I have
Yeah.
a notepad up and just typing an abbreviated kind of things.
Oh, mine are like fully sentences.
Oh, well, hey, if either of us miss something, we've got it on the notes. Note taking is key, so you don't
No,
forget stuff.
I was like when Nana when they said that there were 2 vice stands instead of 3, I was like, oh no, I wrote that in pen.
Yeah, I've learned in playing these things that note taking. I was never good at taking notes. I never took notes, and then I was like, oh well, there's a lot going on here. I can't remember all this. I better start
The thing
taking
is,
notes.
I don't take notes about myself, especially like if I say something and then I'm go, did I say that? I'm taking notes about everything, everyone else.
Oh, what
Oh,
notes
I
do you
should-
have about me?
Let's see. Egg. So your name is Zipporah, the Magnificent. I have a black and white wand, magic hat that maybe a grandpa is in? Question mark. 6'3", very tall. Um, deliver food to the less fortunate, which I love that. Let's see. You want to be someone great? Again, grandpa, question mark. Speaking into hat. Uh, Eeks out to deliver food. Again, I got so.
Interesting. I like these notes.
Yeah, my notes are kind of similar. Uh, Tall, performer, magical hat. She can fit in the hat.
So curious about that hat. Like full
Yeah,
platters of food. It's
yeah.
awesome.
It's like a magical hat of holding.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Needs a bag of holding when you have a hat of.
That's right.
Um. Insert little butterfly save point. It just says Lauren will remember this. Oh my god. If Nana ever watches this back, Nana, can you like put like Lauren will remember this in the editing? I think it'll
Butterfly.
be funny. Not even just the butterfly, just the
Lauren, please remember. Your coordinate.
Fun fact, I don't actually edit these.
Oh my god, I forgot you could hear us. Oh, you just came back in time.
I just came back.
Ah.
Oh, did you
I sat down and all I heard was butterfly and DM if you ever watched this back.
Did you did you show them what I sent you for the fire machine?
I did not. I will show you guys. Sorry, just a second. Hi, sweet pea. Oh my goodness. Hello.
Kitty!
Hi.
Pet.
Big bean.
Kitty! Oh,
The baby. Come here.
Kitty gone.
Big pets. Big pets.
How's everyone's noses doing?
Terrible.
Yeah, same here. Smells like a bonfire.
I love that. I wish my rooms.
No, that's bad for me. I hate that smell. Mainly
It
because
smells nice, but
bonfire-
my sinuses hate it.
Yeah, same here.
Here we go.
No!
I know if I'm exposed to the smell any like for too long, I'll probably get sick, which will. Oh.
Oh, that's bitchin'.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
It's like a little kitchen torch.
It kind of.
Yeah,
It kind of looks like.
I
a
kind
little,
of
like, fire-
wanted to model it after like the like a blacksmith fan, but with kind of like that, since they wanted something to make fire. It's like, oh well, that seemed kind of better. It was like a little handheld kind of little blowtorchy kind of thing.
Did you
Try to
guys
make-
ever play Age of Mythology?
Yeah. I
I
started
was
with
gonna
Age
say,
of
it kind of looks like
Empires.
one of those. I was gonna say it looks like one of those little fire siphon things, except for not on wheels.
Yeah, well, and this is much smaller. This is like
Yeah,
Little handheld
Like,
kind of thing.
little hand.
probably about that size.
Yeah,
Maybe like a bigger
maybe,
box
maybe a
mod.
little bit larger. Yeah.
Super cute.
I may have
Doc,
to have
Doc,
Vincent
Doc
bring
likes
me
making little
a,
trinkets of and things like that. So he's
Yeah.
probably got a small little array of just random tinkerings that he's made kind of like that in his little shop.
I'll keep that in mind. Maybe I'll ask you for something later.
trick arrows.
And maybe some glasses, goggles, sunglasses.
Oh yeah, you don't have day goggles yet.
I have sunlight.
There we go.
Which I keep forgetting to ask. Like I had it in my mind that I was gonna ask every morning, like, what does it look like outside? But I keep forgetting.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Baldur's Gate is kind of perpetually a bit dreary. You mostly don't have an issue here. Drow do
like
great
Seattle.
in
Oh,
Baldur's
beautiful.
Gate for that reason specifically.
All right.
I wonder how many
Don't
Baldurs
even-
we'll meet.
I texted him and he didn't see me. Rude.
Wait, say something before they put their headphones back on.
Nah, it's fine.
Oh, dang. I was gonna say, let's talk trash.
Oh, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Alright, guys,
Oh
nobody
my
told
God.
Vincent what we were talking about.
I could go back and listen to it later, fuckface.
The internet is a thing.
It's true, and I do listen to the podcast every week to make sure that like nothing fucked off in the separating of the audio from the video.
Alright.
But also,
Well,
Vincent, my DM's familiar. Can I make a request of you?
what's up?
Will you check your phone?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another Taco Bell run.
No, I
No,
tried to
no.
ask if they would bring me an ice pack and a liquid IV because flare-ups be flaring with the chronic illness gang.
I have
But they
a
didn't
bunch
see it.
of I have a bunch of the like what are they, the firecracker bomb pop liquid IV that I bought thinking I would love it and I absolutely hate it. So next time I see you,
Feel free to donate it to me. I love the bomb pop
Yes.
flavor.
I have in my water I have drip drop, drip drop, whatever it's called, and
I think it's called Drip Drop.
Okay.
I've seen it on TikTok.
I like it more than liquid IV. It doesn't.
And now
taste
I
like
have
salt.
TikTok by Kesha stuck in my head.
Oh no.
Because I
don't-
said
don't-
Drip Drop and TikTok too close together.
Dang, don't say those words. I'm trying not to sing it right now. I already had one song stuck in my head. I don't need another.
I love when we have scheduled detours like this. Where like we do get to talk about little stupid things. Because
This
it
is
means that I have an
fine.
excuse in the middle of the stream to talk about how much I love that Kesha switched it to grab my glasses, I'm out the door, I'm about to hit P. Diddy.
Oh,
Oh, I
didn't
did
know
not
that.
know that.
Yeah, she flip-flopped it.
She
So
made
it's
a new
wake
one?
up in the morning feeling like this city, grab my glasses, I'm out the door, I'm about to hit P. Diddy.
Yeah. Thank
I
you,
heard
Kesha.
the other, like I heard the one at I think it was Coachella where she said like wake up in the morning like fuck P Diddy. That's the one I heard.
Oh yeah, I've heard that one too.
I didn't know she did the other one.
It is
wish-
excellent.
I wish Kesha a good evening.
Kesha, good evening. All the
I
evening.
hope Kesha and Tom Hiddleston and Chris Evans are just having the best day.
I
Jennifer
hope
Lawrence,
their pillows
too.
are cold on both sides.
Absolute blessings. Also, hang on, I'm just gonna put this out into the algorithm. Henry Cavill And Mrs. Cavill, if you're listening,
He got
there will be
married?
Warhammer 40k involved.
Good for
Do
Just
they
gonna
him.
like
put that out
Warhammer?
there.
Oh
I
yeah,
hope you're having a
Cavill is
good day,
huge-
He's a
and
nerd.
congratulations on the birth
Oh,
of your
yeah, he's
child.
Yeah, Cavill's
Aw.
a
Oh, they had a
huge 40k nerd.
Yeah.
He was he did the whole he's doing the whole thing with what is it, Amazon or Netflix to develop the
Amazon, yeah,
Yeah.
on Prime. It's like a video game based series, and there's a Warhammer one, and he gets to voice a very specific space marine.
What a fucking nerd. I love him.
Yeah, he's a big
I
nerd.
love
Oh,
nerds.
the best.
With a special guest appearance by Who's That Fuckface?
Who's that fuckface?
How did they get there?
It's Pikachu! Fuck!
Yeah,
It's
well, that
almost
was-
as if he's got a teleporter.
Who was that?
Ugh.
Oh,
Who was
that's
that?
that's
Hmm?
just my familiar.
Everyone's favorite
No,
neighborhood.
no, no.
twins.
My favorite joke to do is whenever someone it's even funnier when you know the person when they leave the room, or like when they after you've been having like a full conversation with them and they leave the room and you go, who was that
Who
guy?
was that?
Who was that? Who was that guy? It's my favorite thing to do now.
Oh, thank you. The ice pack is wonderful.
You're welcome.
Hi, Bean. I hear you.
Okay. Oh, yeah. No. She was trying to get me to feed her again. because it's past 9 and the cabinet door opened. So, oh, it's food time. No, I fed you already, you little shit. Wednesday, you get fed early, you fuck.
Little moo.
Be nice to her.
Are you a needy moo bear? Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
When y'all are ready,
So
I
where are
am
we headed?
Settled.
We're heading to Baldur's Gate.
Fact.
You're in Baldur's Gate, dear.
Back to
Already.
Even further
Back
into the
to,
gate.
the guild headquarters, where we were.
Are you going to the guild headquarters? Because Stu, you know the way, or are you going to the jewelry shop?
The jewelry
Little
shop.
Callum Jewel Emporium.
Yeah, that's what I meant by that. The headquarters I'm aware of, because that seemed headquarters-y to me. But I am not familiar with the guild.
Yeah, we're going to who are we going to go meet again? It was
Rilsa Rael.
Rilsa Rail.
Rilsa, yeah. Okay.
Rilsa Rael sounds like she does WWE.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's a steel chair. Ah!
As AO is my witness, that man is broken in half.
Minsk the Ranger with the steel chair.
Yeah.
Minsk. I love him. I don't
Go
even know
for the
him.
eyes.
Go for the eyes, boo.
What's that one? My favorite one, that one vine with the take his dick and twist it. Give him the old that one. That one, you know that one? Love that one.
No.
Oh, I have to say
I've
that
heard it
one.
that brought back memories. I haven't heard that in forever.
I'll find it.
Oh my god.
Painful sounding.
No, I am deep into Mommy's Home at the moment. If any of you are familiar with Rhea Ripley.
Oh, I've
Oh, yeah.
heard of her.
She's excellent. Okay, so we're headed to the Little Callum Jewel Emporium. You don't have a hard time getting there. You get to the gate and Nant is just like, "Oh, Heroes of the Wide. Good to see you again. I'm not letting you pay everyone's toll again.
Pleasure.
Go on." And he just kind of waves you through.
Yep.
Do you head straight to the Emporium?
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
zip line. Yeah, we're gonna zip line there.
Just
Yeah, you climb up to the top of
mean-
the wall, and there's a nice little handlebar up there. Looks like it came off somebody's bicycle, and you guys just straight down to the Jewel Emporium. It's fine. It's normal, right? No, you walk there, fuck faces. Do you want to take the tops of the walls? Do you want to walk through the city?
We'll walk through the city.
I'll
Yeah.
walk.
Okay. As you find your way to Little
People.
Callum Jewel Emporium, you get to the door, open it. Musayed sees you, and it's just like, friends. This is unexpected, but I am happy to see you nonetheless. How can I help you?
Well, and I'm gonna just look at everyone. I know it's kind of last minute. It's very last minute. Is there any way we could talk to Rilsa, please?
He mulls this over, kind of like he's flipping through her schedule in his head. He goes, yes, the owner should be here. Give me just a second. And you see him go through one of the curtains to the back. As he pushes it aside, you notice a familiar room. He kind of pokes his head back there, and you hear, yeah, no, I know. Yes, they're aware it's last minute. I don't know, I didn't ask them, it looks important. Okay, fine. He comes back out and he opens up the curtain and says, she will see you now.
Thank you.
He kind
Thank you very much.
of opens up the
So-
counter and lets you back there. And you find yourselves in a familiar room with a familiar conversation pit and a familiar cat on my shoulder. Hello, my little parrot.
Oh,
Aww.
Buddy.
So cute.
Blends in with the background.
Mm-hmm. Only this time there's like, instead of late night pastries and hot tea, like there's very clearly like very tall glasses of an iced tea with some kind of herbs sticking out of it. There's a plate of small sandwiches and like daytime pastries for snacking. And she's kind of hunched over her desk back here. A desk you didn't even notice was there. It's tucked into almost a corner with its own curtain. And she's working on some paperwork. And she goes, well, how can I help you?
First, actually, who does anyone else want to take the lead on this, or am I taking the lead on this?
It was your idea. I want to give it to you.
Your idea.
Okay.
You go.
All right.
I'm sure we'll tag in if we miss anything, right? So
Perfect. First of all, I would like to thank you for seeing us so abruptly and last minute without warning.
I would like to thank you for
well aware.
understanding that my time is valuable.
And I will make this short as possible. Now, in the interest of full and complete disclosure, we were approached yesterday by not just you, but also Boulder Raven Guard, as well as an emissary from Torlin Silver Shield.
Well, Raven
Now,
Guard, I could have told you.
Torlin-
This one came in here wearing a brooch. That seems dangerous around here, ma'am.
It's like
I meant to tell them to hide it. And I
immediately
forgot to do
immediately takes it off and puts it in her pocket.
that.
Let me guess.
That said,
We're trying to play both sides of the coin here.
nailed it. You got it in one. That said, Raven Guard does have the people's interest at heart. And the people of the city, and he does care about the refugees. He is blinded by his ideals of justice and fully believes that every single member of the Fist acts as justly and honestly as he does. And you and I both know that's not true.
Alder is blind to the larger picture, yes. Which is
Yes.
sometimes helpful for me, though ultimately I believe a net negative for Baldur's Gate.
I wouldn't go so far as to say a net negative, but I agree with you nonetheless. That being said, I wanted to see what he had to say. And again, I do believe he does, with my whole heart, that he does have the interest of the people of this city, whether they be born here or seek refuge here, like the people of Little Kalimshan. He does have their best interest at heart. And I was at least able to convince him that, don't worry, obviously, did not make it clear or even hint that I am helping you. That known right now, there is no way he knows that we have any association, number one. But he feels the guild is one of the ills of the city. And I convinced him that, no, the guild's operations, from everything I've run into with them, always been in the betterment of people who are disenfranchised, people who are refugees. Everything we talked about yesterday. That said, much like the Fist, I haven't worked with anyone directly like this, but I would not be surprised if there were people in the guild too who also don't do it for the people, who are just as corrupt as the people in the Fist who are abusing tolls.
Poisonous elements, if you will, that would give a bad name to the good deeds that you guys are obviously trying to do around here.
Yes, well, as you would say, Drizzt. That being said, I'm targeting the toll collectors. I hope I made this much obvious to you last night.
Yes. Oh,
I
absolutely.
generally expect a 20% cut of the spoils. But the patriarchs and the toll collectors have overstepped their duties. What I'm asking of you should successfully disrupt, I guess you would say, the revenue flow of the patriarchs. Now, this might affect the Flaming Fist, as they are somewhat privately funded. However, I suggest we hit Nant Thongold first and set an example.
Yes.
And if we do not need to disrupt the cash flow of the Flaming Fist, perhaps for the sake of working together as Baldurians, as Razengard would so brazenly say.
I'd say that.
Perhaps we can spare them the hassle while maintaining impact.
Sounds like a good plan. Now, again, with full disclosure, Doc, do you have that list?
I pull out the list that Ravengard gave us, and yes, he gave us a list of places where he believes the most abhorrent of discretions are happening within. And I hand her the paper.
And whether or not we help, he will be making moves on them. If these are places that they are acting out of greed and self-interest and not, you know, stealing from the rich to give to the poor. But if they are just stealing and lining their own pockets, then they're not helping the guild and they're not helping. If these are legitimate businesses, then we need to make sure that everything is squeaky clean and anything done that would be normally by the letter of the law illegal needs to be hidden, so that way nothing comes of it.
The Oasis is a thorn in my side. I could not be, how do you say, asked to tell you the last time they paid their fees on time. Now, I don't know what he doesn't understand about 10-day fees in being due every 10-day. But the proprietor of that establishment is predictably late once again. And if I'm being honest, it just kind of creeps me out. You'd be doing me a favor by taking that
What was
place
his
out.
name?
Well,
And she kind of
this actually might be a
searches
good
the back of her mind and she goes, it bees something. I don't know that I ever bothered to commit that to memory. Shows how useful he is.
well, so
You think he's a mononym?
I am by no means trying to tell you how to operate your not business organization, but could be a good moment.
Business is accurate.
Yeah, but it could be a good moment to make an example of him to the rest of the guild, that you are not doing this for a reminder of why you do what you do. But also, do nothing, say nothing, and let the fist do what they're gonna do. Act like you didn't know. Got options of how you want to act. There's probably more that you might even be more clever than I to think of. But it is your organization, so I'm going to let you make the decision on how you want to handle it. And I will follow your lead. Show of good faith that I am not trying to harm the guild, because I also believe.
Promise me you won't come in there with a detachment of Flaming Fist, and you have a deal.
No,
We'll
we've
consider
already
it handled on
nothing.
my terms, on my turf. Anyone that asks will be assured that Bees skipped out on his 10-day fee one too many times. This should
Yes, we-
both increase the revenue of the Jewel Emporium, allowing us to help more people, and rid me of a significant thorn in my side. I do have to ask,
Perfect.
though. Not so much ask. Lorelra, the proprietor of the Low Lantern, she can handle herself,
Okay.
but I ask that you do not let it get out of hand. Go in there with your fist if you must. She can handle herself. Ravengard will have it handled his way, and I am confident in her that she will not let herself be taken out and business will not suffer. And the guild will always be happy to provide her with a opportunity to set her business afloat again.
Perfect. Yeah, if. Well,
But know this, I do
we'll,
not trust Ravengard to do the right thing.
Be wary of him.
I sorry, you first.
Yeah, I feel like his subordinates may be more of the issue than himself, as I'm sure you can attest. What the one hand doesn't know what the other is doing, it's not going to hurt them. You know, like these toll collectors stealing a couple bucks more than they should.
What's a buck?
What are they going to know?
I believe he's talking about deer. Perhaps he means things that come down from the market. Is he stealing people's wares as well? Do people sell buck?
I wouldn't put it past Nant as a confiscate items to for investigation and never return them. That said, with Raven Guard, Doc makes a valid point. My concern with Raven Guard is I see a man who can do awful things in the name of good intentions, and I intend to act as a check to that.
Well, the road to the hells and whatnot.
Yep. But
Something about good intentions at all.
Yep. But I intend to act as a check to him in that regard. Intend to keep him grounded and reminded that just because the letter of the law says one thing, it doesn't make it right. So, I do agree to that I don't trust him with everything. That makes, if I'm making any sense.
You make perfect sense.
Perfect.
And you have my full confidence. From everything you've told me, you seem to be trustworthy. And had someone not had confidence in me, neither would I be here where I am. And I trust you to know a monster when you see one.
Thank you. That said, what can you tell us about Silver Shield? Do you know anything? Because we were also approached by him, and he I am the most suspicious of. I think maybe the rest of us here are too.
Yes, he seems very slimy.
We haven't even met him directly.
Portland wants what every patriarch wants, which is why I'm trying to disrupt their cash flow. Without their money, without their finery, without their goods, to live so freely as they do and rub it in the faces of those they see as lower, perhaps we can equalize this city and truly, truly make all Baldurians equal. That's all I'm looking for. Silver Shield has ambitions. I would venture and highly educated guess that now that Abdel Adrian is out of play, he'll want to make a grab at that seat in the parliament appears. It would not surprise me if the Duke tried to become, say, a Grand Duke.
And member of
While
the
Older
Council
Raven
of Four.
Guard is the presumptive heir of said title, being, well, Abdul's ward, as it were. I would not put it beneath him to try and overturn the entire system and to Well, if I'm being frank, it wouldn't surprise me if he attempted to stage an insurrection to get what he wants. He would do anything to keep his wealth and keep his power. But make no mistake, he is a criminal.
Good to know.
Now, if there's not anything else,
I think we're good, and I think we can use ourselves and let you continue on with what you're doing. And thank you again.
Yes, thank you for this late audience.
thank you. It
Especially so last minute without notice.
worked out that my meeting was late. You can thank Musayed. He usually won't let people through. You must have said something he likes.
Just honest and understanding that it was last minute. So,
Zipporah, Musayed looks at you, and he smiles, and he just gives you a head nod. It's clear that he appreciates your candor. You're kind of the reason that he let you guys in here.
Zipporah simply shoots him a simple wink and says, like, maybe next time we hop back here, it'll be under a little less serious terms, and maybe we'll share some nice tea. Oh,
I would like that. Though this is Baldur's Gate, I don't know that there is ever a deeply unseriously troubling time. But tea would be nice.
well. All right. Are we off?
I think so.
All right.
I think that
Oh,
concludes
we're-
business here.
Yeah, we're out of here.
All right. What we doing?
Well, gang, do we want to even try to talk to Silver Shield?
No.
What?
After that, I don't think.
I mean, after that, and it seems that everyone says this guy is slimy.
I don't think I can handle any more
almost wanna-
subterfuge.
I don't want to speak to him to hear his side. I almost want
More
to
just to get
hear
information.
for myself. Yeah.
See if he's a slime ball.
No. I get the feeling he is. I just want to see it for myself, kind of. You know,
Right.
What
I
kind of
don't think,
torture is that?
you know when someone describes something big and grand, awesome, you're like, I kind of get it. And then you go there and you're like, oh, wow. Same
I'm
kinda
feeling.
feeling.
Same
I just-
feeling, just
You just want to experience the magnanimity and the magnitude of his dickishness in person.
Great way to describe
know
that.
know exactly what I'm dealing with.
Hmm.
Well, did we want to stake out the harbor master and check out Nant's place so we can kind of get a lay of the area so we can figure out a way to best approach it and rob it?
Doc.
Well, I will
I don't
say
know.
it's only just before 2 bells in the afternoon. It's
I was just gonna
pretty
tell him.
bright out.
Yeah. Well, no, I
was
mean, I'm
gonna
just
tell him,
saying-
like, Doc, do you?
No, I'm just
Doc,
saying,
have
like,
you-
we go by and we just kind of give it the lay of the land.
I don't.
Okay,
I don't.
Doc.
I don't
Hang on.
think this is your. I don't think this is your line of business, Doc.
Doc, I look, I'm no thief, but I've
It is
definitely
quite
had to sneak around to find, you know, the when to best strike or a specific beast or how many might be lurking in a den. And you don't do that. in the
Saying,
middle of the
we
day.
go take a look at the lay of the land.
Okay. You case the place at night.
Ah,
The DM's
Also, Nana, did you
pretending
turn
not to
around?
hear any of this.
Is
Okay.
that why you're not facing? Okay.
Oh no, I'm
Oh,
facing
you're
you.
It looked like you were sitting back.
It literally
It
looked like
straight up
you
did.
like turned around.
Yeah.
It looked like you were
I
sitting
thought.
sitting back, or
Yes, I'm so glad it's not just me because I was convinced they like turned around.
oh yeah.
Wait, hang
I
on.
was
I think I can make myself
100%.
disappear.
You're not doing a
Let
great
me
job.
let me
of
try
it.
it. Let me try it.
Nope.
Let
Your
me try it too. Let me
headphones
try
are
it
so
too. Let me try it
small.
too.
Almost.
Ready.
And we're gonna make you all
No.
disappear.
I feel like this is like when ostriches hide their head in the sand, where it's like you're not hiding much, buddy.
All right. Well. So what's the what do we want to do now?
Oh, does anyone else want to see how slimy Silver Shield is, or want to take everyone at their word for it?
I kind of don't.
That's one no. Or
I don't want to poke.
I'm for
I
sea
kinda
slime.
wanna-
I'm team Seam Slime.
I kind of want to poke at these tax people more. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is happening. It's just too
Oh,
pricey
on the
to have to
Robin
do
Hood.
that.
No.
Right now.
I just mean like you know, like get on their nerves.
I agree and love your sentiment. We want to make sure they can't trace it to us, though. Remember,
yeah, that's
publicly,
true,
we're
that's true,
working
that's
with
true.
the fist.
Sneaky.
Also, speaking of,
Sneaky, but like at nighttime.
and I just remember to Imre, this is on me for not reminding you. This is on me for not reminding you. Please put that in a place that you can hide that easily and expose it easily. We need to make sure that we can hide that when necessary. Okay.
It is in my pocket until further notice.
Perfect. Doc, where are you at with the visiting the slime man?
You know, I don't need any more people that want to outright kill me anytime soon. So
So Doc, I'm gonna stop you right there. You actually know Torland. You know of his family pretty well. Because the Citrons are actually considered to be one of the older families of Baldur's Gate, and therefore considered to be equal in status to patriarchs, you've lived around the corner from him most of your life, and while Torland himself is newer to his position, you know that your stature in the gate gives you a bit of an upper hand in this situation, which you could use if you, say, wanted to get information that maybe you didn't have access to before, or if you wanted to, I don't know, get access to places and potentially allies in places that none of the rest of you have the ability to. Because, as I said, I mean, I know you chose not to go home last night, but you could if you felt like it.
it's a good point. Well, I'm not like on bad standings with them. I imagine I'm just the families know each other. They've hobnobbed in the same circles.
Correct.
haven't made
Everyone
any
kind
sort
of
of-
knows everyone, and though you don't know them, you certainly know of them.
I'm just saying I haven't pushed any buttons.
No.
Okay. How would you guys like to see Doc's home?
Oh. You know what?
Could be
I'm
intrigued
interested.
to
The city.
wait, home or workshop?
Home.
Oh, I'm very less interested now, but I think I'm outvoted.
You were talking about the home, not the workshop, right?
I am talking about your house
Okay.
in the upper city.
It's like, well, it looks like we're taking a journey to the upper city. So get yourself nice and primped, because it's a bit of a walk.
So as you're all
Do you know how
walking,
old these clothes are? What do you mean nice?
as
Ah,
you're
you'll be
walking
fine.
up and through the city. I'm so sorry. As you're walking up and through the city, you arrive at one of the few gates that does go to the upper city. And as you approach, one of the toll collectors just goes, "Oh, hey, Doc, come on through. These people with you?"
Yeah. Do I recognize who the toll collectors on this gate?
Oh yeah, you go in and out of here all the time. You go back and forth from
Oh,
your
no,
house to the
no.
shop. You would see them all
No.
the time.
What's his name?
I didn't give him a name.
We'll just call him Fez.
Fez?
Fez. Yeah. Hey, Fez. How's
Fez
it
it
going?
is.
Yeah.
Hey, Doc. Good to see you.
Yes, they're all with me. They're part of my new entourage.
Entourage.
I look back at her. Just
And he
yes,
goes, not
entourage.
a problem. Come on through. Oh, hey, thanks for everything you did in the market the other day. That, God, we really wouldn't be standing without you, would you?
Yeah, it's kind of a thing.
All right, well, be safe out there.
You two, guy.
As you walk up through the gate, you find yourselves where you were, well, about this time yesterday, standing in the center of the wide. Now significantly less densely packed, and certainly less exhaustingly tense. You make your way through, past the statue of the beloved ranger, through the stalls of the marketplace. You kind of go up and out into a cute little neighborhood where all of the homes have beautiful hanging gardens and window boxes with colorful shutters. This neighborhood seems to have been here for a while. And Drizzt, Doc, you know this is your home. But Drizzt, you know this to be Grey Harbor, the original city of Baldur's Gate. Before the wall, before the divide, before the greed and the watch and the flaming fist, before Minsk and Jahira and any ball plot, this is the city that started the city of Baldur's Gate. You come around the corner to a humble-seeming abode. Doc, your house kind of takes up a whole corner of a city street. But as you come up to the entrance on the side of the building, your large, burnt orange door greets you home. Do you remember your keys?
Yeah, I pull out my key ring, and it's got my shot keys on the one, and I pull out the one for the top lock,
And it
and then
opens.
and then I do the one on the bottom, and then give it a good twist. The door's kind of stuck. It's something that I haven't been able to get fixed in a minute because I spent
You kind of
gotta wiggle it, gotta jiggle it. Like,
After
you know,
a good little like kind of clicks open.
and I open the door and come on in.
As the door opens, stale air wafts out. It smells like black powder. It smells like bread, old linens and leathers. And oh my god, it's an overwhelming aroma of wood oil. How much wood is in this house?
You'll have
Just-
to excuse me. It's been a minute in here. I spent most of my time down at the shop, you know, busy creating things. Since Dad passed, you know, it's you know how it is.
As you
Well,
come
come on
into
in.
your living room, there are still flowers on the side table. Dried now and out of water, but pretty nonetheless, almost as if they preserved themselves. Some of your things are still strewn about the table. Projects Dad was working on, projects you were working on. And through the kitchen, a stream of light glitters across your counter.
I hit there's a little knob, and I've turned the knob, and there's some sconces on the wall, and these little flames come, these like bluish elemental type flames come out of the sconces to light the room a little bit.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me when you do that.
17.
When you do that, you notice that the knob kind of gives in the other direction. You never noticed that it did that before.
I jiggle it in the other direction.
As you fiddle it back in the other direction, you hear a and a as your bookshelf slides away. You didn't know it slid away.
Well, that's
There's a large wooden door.
I did not. I didn't know
You
that
expecting
was there,
company or
guys.
something? That was cool. Maybe I'll have to get me something like that one day. Zipporah's gonna walk through.
Well,
How do you?
apparently,
How do you?
apparently,
live here
Dad had
so
some
long?
secrets of his own.
Oh God! If there's a kill room down there, I don't. Oh no.
At workshop?
People have a lot of secret rooms.
I opened the door and
If it's
What do I see in the room?
As
I
you
swear to
walk
God, if I see
over,
plastic sheeting down there.
you open the door.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I walked through. Oh,
Make a dex check.
all right, all right, all right.
Walk with your eyes first, buddy.
Dex save or check?
Always check for traps.
A dex saving
Oh.
throw.
Saving throw. Cool. Woo! That is an 8. Yeah, this is gonna hurt, isn't it? Yeah.
You take 3 fire damage as two little bridges of fire shoot out on the second step. You think, oh, maybe I should have checked the door. This is the guy
go
that
down
builds
there.
arcane weapons.
yeah, I should have probably warned you, Dad. He had an affinity for things that went on fire, so This does
I
not
think
surprise
more-
me, but the room, that surprises me.
I think more that he was trying to hide something. Not he had an affinity for fire. That was a trap and a secret door.
Well, nobody's perfect. Parents, am I right? Doc is clearly regressing into a. He just doesn't want to think about possible things that his dad's done, anything that's been questionable.
I'm going to make a investigation check. I'm going to look for traps and other triggers, things like that. Anything that could
Of
go
course.
off.
Yeah, how far down does it go?
18.
So you go and you're kind of looking around the frame of the door. I misspoke. The flame of the
flame
door.
frame.
The flame.
Effectively, you're looking around the frame of the door, and you notice that this is most certainly triggered by the very obvious pressure plate on the first step.
Are we looking at any more traps, or is that just the one, or do you mean make another check?
No, it appears to just be that.
Okay.
Seemingly enough to just scare someone off should they find it.
So, I'm just gonna... Don't step on the second step. Just avoid it. There's a plate. Just avoid the whole step altogether. And I'm just gonna keep heading down. Looking for traps on the way.
Okay. Do the rest of you follow?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I changed my screens. I didn't mean to. As you guys head down the stairs, just you get to the bottom, you come to another door. What do you do?
I just look around and just like really am astonished by that there's a whole subterranean hidden
Oh
place
yeah, there's a
underneath.
downstairs.
Basement? Called a basement, buddy.
And you never knew about this?
I turn around like, no. I mean, I knew Dad had his projects that he was working on, but I thought he was just working on it at the shop. I take a look at the door and see if the door is unlocked.
It seems unlocked. Just a handle. There doesn't seem to be
as
like a
you-
lock.
Hey, buddy,
it.
you want
As
to
you reach for
give
it.
that a good check there, real quick?
Yeah, I thought you were reaching for it. If you were, I was just like, I'm gonna grab your hand as you're reaching for that and just not let you do that.
Sorry, there's a helicopter
but-
directly above my house.
So I'm gonna investigation again.
Okay.
15, 19.
There's no traps, but you do notice that there's like a roller pin up in the top corner, so that if you did try to just like open the door, it would just like inside its frame.
Okay. So-
But I mean, it's pretty easy. You can just reach up and
Yeah. And I'll obviously exactly that.
Riz reaches up,
Well.
pulls the pin, opens the door, and that is where we're gonna call it for the night.
Fun time.
I can't give you guys a session of
Dang.
all rewards.
Why not?
But yeah, Stu, you have a house.
I've been so
Who
excited.
knew?
I've been keeping this from you for like 3 months.
It's secrets.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Who knew? Got a murder dungeon under my house.
I knew.
Oh God.
It set me on fire.
It did. You got real toasty there. Fire bad.
But with that, we'll say happy Halloween and thank you for tuning in
Happy
to
Halloween.
episode
Happy
2
Halloween,
of A History of the
everybody.
Forgotten Realms,
Blessed
Murder
Samhain.
in Baldur's Gate. Night, y'all.
Nice.
Night.
Night.
Night.